But
I already regret asking this.
but first, where did we leave off?
Well, I mean, do you want me to explain my notes about planes? Because I can. See, this is a very nice drawing over here that I took from Wikipedia, and I basically drew it again. But then you so kindly told me, well, it's a little bit different in my game, which is great. Great that you're so fucking creative. Fucking damn it. But, you know. Yeah? That, will that do for you, or,
I mean, that's basically all that happened, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go to the rest of my notes. I'm just asking you, do you want this version, or...
Give me the version that you feel best.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
The one with the surprise Hydra. Start scene. Ardehild woke up blackout drunk? Question mark? Anyways, big vessels at the docks of Oldham, and we saw a sailing ship that was in the sky. Everyone knew it except Ardehild, so, you know, that was depressing. Brindle made his necrotic smite crossbow upgrade thingy, so he has a necrotic smite on that already destructive crossbow right now. And Gordo went to cook at the
Hi.
You met some lovely students, you did.
Mhm.
And there was Master Stone, who teaches there, and he beats the students. But you know, happens. And the students told you something about fighting with goblins in a local mine. So I guess that's perhaps worthy of looking into that local mine. Adele tried to learn more about the tome. She didn't, despite Gordo's lovely magical meal that did help Brindle. Then Ardale discovered some churches, and she went to speak with a guy from the university about Bokup and a guy from the Temple of Istus. Regarding Bokup, it was more like... they're more like intellectuals, like Charles. They basically denied a lot of things. They were like, plane of travel, not possible. Higher levels, not possible. So yeah, they were not very helpful. In the meanwhile, Gordo sold 3 spell scrolls to Trotta Albreen. And she was interested in buying map info on special places. Were you interested in that? I don't know what this note is.
He was
Anyways,
interested,
yeah.
points of interest.
Yeah. Anyways, Charles went to the head of research at the university. He spoke to Susanna, and he basically offered our greatest intellectual property of knowing where the doors are and how to open them. And he just decided, you know what, we can sell this, sure. Why not sell this to a university that has a dragon in a cage? You know what? Great. Anyways, she was almost sold, but then she needed proof. So that's fair. Yeah, like I said, I talked to Istus. That was interesting because the guy said he was expecting me, Lucian. He knew my name. So basically, I'm in the previous campaign again. But that's fine, I guess, Leuven making a comeback.
Oh god.
Then, yeah. Hold on tight.
Oh goodness.
Let's see. He told me about, because I asked about the planes and how it works, and he said, well, we see like strings upon a spinning wheel, like a tapestry. Because basically everything is a tapestry with them, apparently, because they have tapestries everywhere. And he told me to meet him in Frostford. Wherever that, or well, after I've been to Frostford, meet him. But I don't know where it is, so I guess I'll have to figure that out. Then we decide to set out, go to the bandit camp, and take care of these bandits. And then we found no bandits. Ardehild, bravely, thanks to Gordo, you put fly on me,
Mm-hmm.
flew over the water, and only saw like 6 talent print of an animal that attacked the camp, and then we were like, oh well, I guess it's fine. Whoop, whoop, doo, doo, doo. Boom, Hydra. But we managed to beat it. And then lastly, there's this beautiful picture that I drew of the planes, and the outer planes, and the far realm, and positive and negative planes, and planes of chaos, planes of law, and elemental planes. But yeah, you're welcome.
Can I see it?
Yes.
Okay. Gordo, is there anything you want to add?
Honestly, I think Rose got all of it. Nothing too much else happened.
Nope.
Except Gordo was a savior to Charles and Brindle,
Mm-hmm.
with Jasmine sacrificing herself valiantly. That's fine.
That is true. That is true.
Didn't do much for the guy that was clearly robbed.
No, I mean, that's a tricky situation. Matt knows that. I wouldn't think that Gordo knows that. Was he? I thought he got paid. I thought he just got charmed and then was it bought? Because he had money, a lot of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not robbed. It's just magically sold an item that he preferred not to. Most likely.
Yep. Poor
Well,
guy.
I don't know that. Gordo probably doesn't know that.
Curious.
That's weird.
I swear it was here. The guy definitely has something, like dementia or something.
Aw.
That's so sad.
I mean, he didn't even realize he was robbed.
Magic, most likely. From Three Sisters, so that won't come to a part at all. That wasn't a hint or a reference to anything. Not at all.
What do you mean?
No, that's fine.
I think we're gonna have to put you down soon, Gordo. You've joined the dark side.
Oh, have I?
Witch!
Oh no.
Tie
No, please don't.
concrete
Don't.
to his feet. Put him in the water.
No. I prefer to stay alive.
So then, where we'll start off. 35 seconds ago, a tremendous blast of fiery energy sundered and brought this Hydra low. Its heads, one by one, impacting against the ground, with the limp neck hitting across. As this gigantic beast lays there, its heads blocking the pathway between Oderhild and Gordo, and for a direct route, Oderhild and Brindle. With Charles up on the top. What do you want to do?
Brindle, you're right. Yes, I'm fine. Thank you very much for saving my life.
Yes! Oh my god,
Well.
that thing was big and scary.
Is that Charles or?
Yes.
Well, everyone, come close. Let's get something to eat and heal up. Charles, can you make it down there all right without falling?
Well, I could cast Feather Fall on myself. I wouldn't trust you to actually, catch me.
That's very rude after I saved your life. That's fine. We can talk about it later.
Yes, it appears fighting a Hydra makes me a little less eloquent than before.
I
Must
see.
be the
Understandable.
fear. Must be the fear.
Yes.
I did try
Right.
to run away after all.
Well, everyone, please, when you have a chance to come by me, I'll make sure we get healed up. Is there a way to bring Charles down safely? Does he have feather
I
fall?
mean, I think he
it's-
does. He cast it before.
He doesn't, because it's a big jump, right, Mike? It's like 30 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can
Yeah.
take off my armor and get him.
Yeah.
Do you need me to get you, Charles? Yes, please. Now will take off her armor.
I will assist if it expedites the process at all.
Okay. So as Gordo comes up from behind you and then starts undoing the threading and lacing of your armor.
Not the only
Very
person
creepy.
who's come up behind me.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. The hook is over there, Gordon. No. Oh,
I'm sorry. It's new to me. I don't. Oh, is this tightening it? I don't.
Ow. Okay. Yeah. Oh, finally you got it.
And the whole set of armor just starts falling apart in its each separate section until she is unarmored.
Just hold on, Gordo. I'm gonna get you. No, not Gordo. You're behind me. Charles, I'm gonna get you.
As the wings expand outwards, these giant red bat-like wings expand out, and with a few flaps of the wings and the trees and the foliage around gets like blasted, she lifts up from the ground, gets Charles, and comes back, awkwardly carrying him.
Sounds about right.
I love it.
Oh, thank you, Otterhilt. I couldn't appreciate you more today. Now, Gordo, you said you were cooking something.
Yes, I am. Everyone, please come close, as I'm gonna spend a second level spell slot and cast Fondue Pot.
Oh, wonderful, Gordo. You're always such a good cook.
Thank you. Everyone
I'm
gets.
very good at complimenting you. Insert compliment from Charles here.
Everyone gets a 10 d6.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, not too bad.
It's a tasty
So
pot.
Yeah.
Can just roll 10d6?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
I got you. Here you go. 39.
Everybody here was for 39.
All right. Well, let's see if we can. Are we gonna carve this Hydra now, or are we going to go into the cave first, or what do you think?
Well, I'm gonna put my armor back on first.
All right.
But good meal.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I mean, it's probably not handy to walk in with carved Hydra, right?
You're probably right. It's
Yes,
just...
I think we should do it on the way out.
All right. Well, if it's a communal decision, then I completely can respect that.
Yes.
I love it. Let's get your armor back on and see what's in this cave. If we need to be cautious about anything, we need to know.
Just ask him, Mike, is there a dog or like some weird person sleeping behind you?
There is actually that is the sound effects of something in the wood. No, it's my dog.
Okay. Your dog seems like he's having a good time there, Mike.
She is very annoyed that I'm not playing with her.
Aww.
Oh,
But to her,
That's
I
really
say,
cute.
shut up.
Aww.
Let's see if this works on everyone. On your bed. Get on your bed.
all right. Well, sorry.
No. Did I say get the slipper? No, I didn't. Okay. Well, anyway. Right then. So, as you guys get the armor back on, doing it all in reverse, you all armored up.
Cool.
Sorry it took so long. I'm better at taking off clothes than putting them back on.
Didn't seem like that. So,
Well,
check out this cave.
Yes, let's do so very cautiously. I would assume that why there's no people here is the Hydra killed everybody, and if there is anything left, it'd be wounded. But let's just still be cautious.
Yeah, I agree. I think they either left or got eaten as well. But yeah.
Okay. And on that note, just 1 second.
All right.
Do you like my Charles?
So pompous. He's such an asshole. You're doing a really good asshole.
Asshole version Charles when he was still noble.
He's still noble. What are you talking about? No, see, it's funny because
he's a low-key poor noble now.
He's low-key poor now, right? And so he's when he does have money, it's like, dollar bills, y'all. But...
Yeah. That's exactly it.
I need to. Can you carry my saddle, Underhill?
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you how much it weighs.
Okay.
Saddle weighs. It's an exotic. Oh my, 40 pounds.
Yep, I can carry it.
Thank you.
Right then. So, suited up, ready. What's the plan?
We're going to slowly and stealthily, as best we can, go into the cave and explore to see if there's anything left or
Okay.
what exactly happened if they moved on.
How would you like to enter the camp? Oderhill did spot that there is a main entrance, but you can always swim.
Let's. I would like to cast light on a stone and throw it in, and I want to see if there's anything down there.
Okay.
Yes, please.
So I'll duck my head in. I'm not sure how, I like deepest part, or I'll try to get there so I can see as best I can.
Give me. Do you have dark vision?
I don't.
Cool.
That's the.
No, I understand. So yeah, you cast a light on the stone, which you're able to find, and you just sort of like hook it towards the center of the pond. It throws and there's a splash, and then you see the illuminating effect of the water as this large source of light emanates out, filling the inside. Now, it doesn't turn the water transparent, but it gives this like glow. So you see these like long shadows being dragged as the stone sinks deeper and deeper and deeper. You imagine it rests probably about 15 to 20 feet deep. And you get these like weird shapes towards the base, but nothing around it. You don't think that there's any living creatures within the pond. No fish or anything, because you would see their sort of moving shapes. But there are some things at the base. You can give me a perception check at disadvantage, even with the light, just because you're looking at shadows and trying to work out what they are.
Right. 13.
Okay. You two, Oderhill?
My info can, yeah?
Yeah. You're looking. It's not a problem. You're not looking. You're doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 13. You see large shapes, probably about 5 feet tall. Could be barrels, chests, parts of branch or tree. But it seems to be that towards the center there is a large sort of twisted set of shapes within the pond.
Well, I mean, if I was a Hydra and I was sleeping underwater, I would bring my meal in the lake and eat it there. I would imagine there might be something down there that would be useful. Charles, do you have any... I knew that you had ways to shape water and do things like that. Did you learn the abilities to hold your breath, or possibly so it make it easier for us? Is that something you can do?
Well, I definitely kind of shape water. I'm very good at that, and it's one of my favorite spells. I very much enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me actually check my my book to see if I have breathing underwater.
Right.
I think I prefer walking on it, but I'm not too sure. I know Arhild likes to walk on it, but I'll have to check my book.
As you flick through your book, you see that you do in fact have water breathing, but it is not prepared.
Oh, well, as it turns out, Gordo, tomorrow would be a good time for that.
Don't you have is that one of those spells that you can just spend some time on and just to cast it that way? That you just like an extended period of time?
It is a ritual spell.
Ah, yes, it would appear so.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Gordo. Interesting. You learned something at the university, huh?
Okay.
Just a visit can do this much.
So Charles spends 10 minutes, brings his spell book out if you want to.
Yeah.
Pulls out his wand and then starts like drawing these like glyphs in the air. He places his book down on the ground, and out of the pages, almost like if the words were lighting it up, they would then fly above the book in these different glyphs as he draws and makes the sort of the symbols and mathematical or arcane equations to cast this spell. And as he draws out the energy, it then gets sucked up into his wand. He can now touch or cast it upon 10 willing creatures and give them water breathing for 24 hours. No concentration required.
Shall I just cast it on all of us then?
Yeah, definitely.
Audibald, here, Gordo. You can breathe now. Oh, Brindle, here you go.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. With this grappling hook, I'll be able to quickly grab things underwater. That should be fantastic. Did I ever explain to you how my grappling hook works? You see, it's quite interesting.
No, please do, Brindle. Let's walk towards the water here, and please, while we go under, please tell me all about it.
All right, well, yes.
Both of you get a point of inspiration, you idiots.
Yeah, idiots. Oh, funny.
So, how would you, assume you would like to investigate the lake?
Yeah.
Or the pond, should I say? Alright then.
I would very much like to make sure I have nothing on myself or person. I'll get down to my skivvies. I don't want to get anything wet or dirty.
Okay. Do keep in mind that we are at night at the moment in the wildlands in this deep forest.
That's fine. I'll leave everything by right here, by the pond.
That's cool. Anyone else?
Knowing Charles, he will stay outside of it and probably wash over the clothes.
Okay.
Very Charles-esque.
I'm in my good suit now. I realized I could use my spell, but there has to be someone who has to look over the Hydra remains and your clothes, so I'll do that.
Oh, you're so right, Charles.
Thank you, Gordo.
Right then. Give me an investigation roll as you're going to search down there. You have lit up the area, so I'll let you do it with advantage.
I will give Oderhilt beforehand a D6 inspiration dice.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
an interesting choice, but thank you.
I mean, with advantage, a 20.
20. As you swim down, it's murky and it's hard to see, but the light sort of produces, you're aiming for those shadows that the light is like blasting outward, and you start swimming towards them. First bit you get to is a piece of like driftwood or bark. You get to that, and then you get like a branch of a tree, and you go down deeper, pushing and swimming as far as you can go. Shh, what is it? As you swim down to the very base. Oh, why are you bringing me your collar? She wants to go up. Okay. As you swim down to the very base, you see a singular object towards the very centre. It's maybe about 5 feet tall in the shape of a barrel, but instead of being a flat topped, it cones towards the top until it reaches its zenith and meets its points. As you touch against it, it is cold to the touch, but hard.
Sound like reading. I would quickly just touch the object and cast light on that object instead, so I can see what it is.
Okay. It is a large, sort of gungy and twisted, and or the twisted is upon it, but it itself is incredibly smooth. An egg.
Oh fuck!
Oh
Oh no! Ooh, scrambled eggs. I will swim to the surface so I can have a conversation with Oderhilt.
Okay. As you swim to the surface, I'm gonna need to take maybe a 15-minute break.
Okay.
no! Sure, I need a break.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna pause it.
Oderhilt. Oh my goodness.
What's up?
Well, that's interesting.
You were quick. I
Um,
haven't even got in yet.
Oh, you haven't got in yet? There's an egg of a Hydra down there.
Oh, I was just watching Brindle snorkel about. Yeah, egg. What?
Yeah, there's an egg down there.
Oh, so
Um,
we can make omelets?
We could do that. Or
Cool. I didn't see any chickens. That's weird.
I believe if I connect the dots, that's a Hydra egg.
What? Oh, I guess those are the eggs, huh?
Apparently. Now we could eat it. That'd be delicious, and that sounds very interesting.
Well,
But
it
I
would
also
appear
think a
indeed
certain
that hydras would lay eggs. But there's probably a great value to it.
That's exactly my thought, Charles. It's very astute of you. Good job. You're cute, by the way. Never mind, I didn't say that. That's exactly right. If we could sell it, I think the university would very much find that interesting. A Hydra egg?
Oh no. That's a good thought of you, Gordo. I'm sure they would. We would have to bring it back with us and show it to them and make sure we get a good price for it, though.
I 100% agree with you. I think that there's a lot of uses we can get out of this thing. We just have to be very careful about it. It must be fragile, but I don't imagine this thing hatching immediately.
Well, I would hope not.
So we can still check out the rest of the cave and determine what's inside there, and then maybe come back. We have to bring a cart anyways to haul off the Hydra meat and flesh and the things that might be of interest and value. So we could leave it here
Yes.
in a colder environment, or do you want to keep it hot?
Well,
Do you
I
wanna keep
think
the
we
egg?
should probably try to keep it hot. Let me see if there's anything I can do to keep it hot. Surely I have some spell to do this. I imagine Brindle is still snorkeling.
If I could almost create a function of a tool to do this without the magical purposes, I would be able to make him lots of money.
Oh, so he's just like sunbathing on the water there right now. He's on his
Mhm.
back just floating. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Oh, this got weird real quick.
Now, what? Wonder if we can make potions out of Hydra. Maybe it has some like regenerative properties. Maybe. I mean, it healed itself. And grow
Yeah.
more heads. Maybe we could there's somehow we could manifest it in a means to almost what's it called? To regal limbs or something. Maybe that'd be something we could do.
You are proficient with herbalism, kid, right?
Just herbalism, thieves tools, and cook tools.
Mm-hmm. Might as well see if you can make a check in that.
Yeah, maybe. Or a Brindle could do with alchemy.
Ooh, that's also a good one.
We'll have to talk to Mike about that, though. It doesn't seem improbable. And then the egg, and he did say something. I really want to make Hydra steaks. I think that'd be interesting because it's just so much meat, on the neck. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But I know he said something about the being kind of gross last time. We'll find out. My one of my players is playing in a space adventure themed game, and on their third session, one of them was given a robe of the Archmage,
Ooh.
and they're level 4.
Damn.
Yeah. AC is 15 plus Dex. You have advantage on all saving throws, and your DC and attack to hit is increased by 2.
And this is in your campaign, you said?
No, this isn't one of my players' campaign.
Oh,
She was
gotcha,
like,
gotcha.
so this campaign's a little overpowered. I'm like, why? She's like, well, let me show you why. It's like, oh,
Ooh.
yeah, that makes sense. We found. Did you get anything
Good
cool?
note.
Yeah, we found an egg. Yeah. It's great. It'll help us later when we forget we have an egg. Did you get anything or do anything cool over Christmas?
There you go. Let me think. Didn't do anything special.
No.
Did I get anything worth noting? Oh, I got a coup. The
I got
cookie.
2. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Because I wanted to buy it to play with my family on New Year's, but it was actually sold out.
Mm.
And even the distributor couldn't. Like, the store said even the distributor was sold out. So I was like, oh, well, then there's no point looking for it. And yeah, it was, they had other nice games. I bought Betrayal at House on the Hill and
Yep, great game.
Gloom. So
Oh,
I was like,
yeah,
I'll
Gloom?
just, yeah. So it's like, I'll just take those 2 and whatever, I'll get Coop another time. Because I'm gonna play with my parents and my brother, and I felt like maybe it's too complicated for my parents' Coup.
So it's so funny you mention that. 'Cause I tried to play with my roommate and his friends, and they just didn't get like the idea of the game. It's just like, well,
Really?
yeah. I was like, it's all about lying, and you have to lie about your rules. And they okay. And it's like so. They were, they have. It's like, what do you have the same? You have the same role. It's like, well, you lie. She's like, well, what if you get caught? I'm like, that's the whole point. So they kept playing just their roles. I'm like, and they're like, didn't you just have an assassin last round? Now you're saying that you have a noble? And it's like, yeah. No, I've always had a noble. It's like, doesn't make sense. I was like, that's part of the point, guys.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
They just didn't get that it was about bluffing.
Yeah, no, 100%. I was just like, all right.
I guess
Which
this
is fine.
the game.
Yeah. Yeah. But very fun still. Had a great time.
Nice. I have a copy of Love Letter as well. I love playing that.
Yeah, man, I want to play these games. I fucking am so excited that they are replaying Red Dragon Inn.
Mm-hmm.
Because it came out on Christmas. I was so happy. I was like, I love Gurky.
I know, it's so good. Like the animated short about it, I watch it all the time. It's so fucking funny.
It's so fucking funny.
Coin?
I'm the master of coin. Do you think you can defeat me?
I'm back.
Hello.
Oh,
What did I just walk in on?
Turkey,
What's up?
the Lord of Coin? You challenged me? That's what
You challenge me. It's great.
Well,
love
I'll
it.
put in 1 coin. Well, call. I'll put in another coin. Well, cheat. Oh, well, cheat as well. What do you say? Oh, yep. I got nothing. Ah, that's right. I've seen this animation too many times.
So what did I miss? What conversation was had? You made it to the surface.
We have suggested that I've let Overhill know that there's an egg down here and what to do with it, and we've decided that we can leave it here in its spot for at least the time being, because it hasn't hatched yet, and it most likely won't hatch immediately. So we have time to probably go get a cart. We were gonna harvest the Hydra anyways, even though that's on a timer. So we kind of do it kind of quickly, enough time just so we can clear out the cave.
Charles is
Overhill?
considering keeping it warm somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not sure. Also,
Okay. Something Gordo sort of picks up on as you come out of the water. The water's freezing.
No. Oh shit.
So, like, I mean, when I say freezing, not icy, not magical freezing, just it's really cold. It's midnight.
Underhill, I need your body to warm up. Hug me.
Let me see. Ardehild will put her hands on the Hydra, feel how warm it is. Is it still warm?
It's got some warmth to it.
Here, hug that.
I'm about to hug. It's like, but it's dead and gross and it's covered in algae.
It's very nice and warm.
Deception. Insight.
Inside.
14. Oh shit. Oh, okay. This will warm me up. I will just snuggle up next to the Hydra to keep warm. It smells awful.
Don't forget the egg. Here's the egg. You need to take care of it.
Wait,
I'm imagining the egg's really big. I don't think I took it, right, Mike? I imagine it's huge.
Yeah, it's 5 foot tall.
Yeah, no, I didn't take it. I left it on
Never
there.
mind.
Yeah, no.
Okay. No, I imagine at some point Charles will cast prestidigitation and get the water off you.
I think you'll wait a couple minutes.
Oh, Gordo,
Alright,
what are you doing with that Hydra? Come on, let me help you then. And I'll use shape water and prestidigitation.
To warm me up. Thank you. I love it.
Okay. So then, you're now able to get changed and get back into your normal attire, and right now, your leather armor.
What'd you say, Mike?
You're able to get back into your normal attire as well as your leather armor.
It's so gross. All right. Well, what are we gonna do about the whole egg situation? I mean, we can come back for it, right?
Yeah, let's just see the cave first, and maybe we should stay there for the night. Stay inside, make a campfire in there. But I think we can deal with the egg tomorrow. I don't think it's going anywhere.
Mike, I know enough about cooking. Could I make a check to see if the Hydra meat would spoil by then?
Yeah, give me I'll allow a cooking utensils check. Okay. You think it would last? A creature of this size,
okay.
It's not going to rot instantly. Okay. It's probably would. There would be no edible meat probably within a week, but until then,
okay.
Without any curing whatsoever. But like 7 days of just being left to the elements, there's a good chance that then it's not worth trying.
I also had a thought. The Hydra seemed to be able to grow more heads, and it has some sort of way to heal itself.
Mm-hmm.
Could I make a herbalism, or could Brindle make an alchemy tools check to see if it's possible to make to utilize, probably harness that somehow through its blood or something?
Yeah, Brindle can give an alchemy tools check. Do you have access?
I will give. I don't. I don't think I do. Brindle fast. No, I don't.
Brindle fast.
I will give him. I will give him inspiration.
I think because of me, all our sheets are private.
Oh.
Oh, since the update, none of the tools are aligned to a Sorry.
27.
27. Right then. He doesn't know. Having the tools doesn't give him the knowledge that requires years of experience. But he can, if there is something here, he knows that he will be able to obtain it.
Okay. Good to know. So let's just clear out this cave quickly. Everything should last at least for a little while, but we're on a timer.
Alright, well, I mean, you sure you'd want to travel back or something during the night? We should probably stay here.
Right, that's what I mean. We should still figure out the cave. We could sleep here tonight and then come back tomorrow.
Alright, then let's head in.
We'll head in.
Okay. Heading around the outside through what was once the front door of this encampment, a wooden barred gate broken open. You step into the inside. You can see that there are trees and overgrown grass, bushes on the inside, and trodden and destroyed ground. You see no corpses and no dried blood, but you do see weapons scattered in places, rent and ripped open armor, and tattered clothes, cloth, and other things that have been either wedged into the ground, overgrown, and you accidentally step in, or just sort of like pinned to a wall and being held there by the splinters until you make it to the mouth of the cave, where it descends downwards. The base of the cave is carved into stone and steps, but it just descends into pure and total darkness. Those with dark vision, your dark vision kicks in and everything goes into shades of grey. Those that can't see, it is pitch black.
Only me cast light.
Okay. As the light goes out, the illuminating pond behind you that you can see, and it has given a dim light glow to the surrounding area, that vanishes, and the woods that you came from disappear into total darkness.
Terrifying.
Leaving you just basically in this encampment, and then the light glows 20 feet around you bright, 20 feet around the additional in dim, allowing you to see the entirety of this encampment. And down the steps into the cave itself. The cave itself looks relatively natural, but has been worked on, as if whoever built this built on an existing natural structure or phenomenon.
Alright, we should probably try to be quiet, right, guys?
We'll do our best.
Alright.
Stealth.
Well, I'm not very quiet, but I suppose you still want me to take the lead?
I
mean,
I
you
I
also
can't
have your
see.
light, so...
Yeah, we'll do our
probably be in
best.
the back. Alright,
Yeah.
well, Otter will just go first.
I'll take the rear, and then the other two will be in the middle.
For simplicity, they will automatically get the average of whatever you two get. So just you two give me stealth rolls.
Okay.
Because, effort.
Solid 8.
So like
Oh,
11.
wait, I have disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Solid 8.
Okay.
Yeah, like an 11 or something.
Nice. You guys descend down. The illuminating light filling the space ahead of you. As you descend downwards, you start to hear something. A pouring water begins to sound out. Something deeper and darker in. You descend for maybe about 3 or 4 minutes, so you walk a decent way. And by the feel of it, the path bends and twists. The steps aren't always there. They disappear in spaces where they're not necessary, but re-emerge in areas that you imagine probably are. And it continues downward in this sort of twisting and shaped path. It meanders left and right, and it isn't always even. It sometimes lists higher on one side and then onto the other as it descends until it reaches a plateau and flattens out, leaving you in a large chasm, a large space. The light spell reveals most of this. And I will put you on a relevant map.
Gordo, I think we should beware of another water monster like a while back.
No, this is perfectly fine. Nothing else possibly dangerous could happen to us.
I
Ever.
don't know, that thing almost killed me.
Perfectly fine. Perfectly safe. No problems. I'm just gonna continue to lie to myself. Make myself feel better.
Where's Charles? What's he doing up there?
Well, you didn't move him.
Oh, because you don't have access, you can't.
We don't have access to
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll let you off. This time.
Thank you. Yeah, I am getting spotted with my glasses.
Okay, that brings us to here.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's really dark. I literally cannot see a single thing.
I can.
Oh. Please describe what you see, because I can't see anything.
I see boxes. You're standing in the back on some steps, and I'm standing right before some steps.
Oh, okay.
Has to be that guy, doesn't he? Light spell.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you can see again?
I can see now. It's all good.
Wash your hand before your eyes.
Oh, okay, I'm good.
Oh, good. Let me just quietly advance.
Okay.
Oh no, Gordo, I see water.
Oh. Charles and Brindle, move up behind Oderhilt.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wish I could hold their hand and pull them, but you know.
These things happen.
Don't hold Charles' hand. That's my hand to hold, not yours.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. But don't tell him that.
Both of you.
Do I see that there is some blocked
Yeah.
passage here?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's because the light shines through, so it sort of reveals it. But you do see that, yeah, there is a blocked passage. I need both of you to give me perception checks.
4.
10.
Never mind.
That's always great.
Nope. It's fine.
Ariel will start trying quietly to move these boxes to see what's behind this.
Okay. Give me an athletics if you try and do it quickly, or
More quietly.
all right, one box at a time.
23.
There's nothing really in the boxes. They seem to be completely empty of most things, for the most part. Others have rags and cloth in. You start lifting them and moving them to the side, one at a time. Okay.
I'm just gonna come down here so I can see. Oh shit, you're right. That is really scary and ominous. Oh fuck.
Okay. Gordo, as you step in, and the boys sort of standing ahead of you, sort of head in as well and view this area, you hear something, like a spray of water.
Do I know where it's coming from?
Give me a perception check with advantage.
21.
Okay. Behind you, you've got bright light, right? Because the light spell is blocked with a white wall of many fabrics linking and twisting together. All white, all singular strands.
So behind me, as in.
So the way that
Behind
you,
me there's a-
the way that you just came,
Uh,
that passage is now completely blocked with a wall that seems to be made up of singular long pieces of string, held tight and taut, overlapping many, many times so you can't see through it, blocking that way completely.
I'm gonna very cautiously touch it to see if it does.
Yeah, absolutely. You touch it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You go to pull your hand away. You can't.
Oh no.
Not as a free action.
I'm like, I'm gonna grab my wrist and just, as quietly as I can, try and pull it away.
Give me a strength check.
Oh god. 17. Oh, it's a same. Same. 17.
17. As you grab hold and you pull, you bring it free, and there's still some strands on your hand, but you are free.
Do you guys just hear that? That wall of sticky goo just appeared out of nowhere. I would definitely have like my spoon and pot out, just like shaking, looking around, being vigilant.
Okay.
Odehild now finally looks over his shoulder. Oh my god!
Odehild, as you put down the last box, revealing that passageway, allowing medium-sized creatures to pass through,
Oh no!
both of you can give me
great.
perception checks. As now you've called it out and you are actively looking for what.
7.
Perception. Also 7.
Yeah!
Hey, buddy!
High 5!
High 5.
Never mind.
If their hands also miss. Oh, well, I guess.
Shit.
Alright, do you want to wait here, or should you want to follow me? It's quite a narrow passage.
Why
Should we go the other way?
don't you and Brindle go on ahead, and then me and Charles stay out here.
Alright,
Just, we'll follow shortly behind.
alright.
Just want to make sure we have as much protection as possible for as many angles as possible.
Okay, well, I'm already walking, so, bye.
Okay. Right, bye. Right here.
Let me know if you want to move Charles or Brindle.
Move Brindle next to Oderhill. Like, have Brindle follow Oderhill, basically.
Okay. As Brindle and Oderhild go in, you hear once more another blast. Which way?
Oh, no.
Which way are you facing?
Who are you talking to?
You.
I mean, I'm facing, I guess in this direction? Like...
That. Which? Okay, that sort of.
I'm facing the... Yeah, I'm facing this wall, basically, watching this passageway to make sure if Oderhill, but I'm still kind of like looking this way.
From directly above you, you see a blast of water that goes out in a flash, but instead of hitting the ground and splashing, it solidifies, blocking that passageway.
Fuck! Immediately look up.
Okay.
No.
Right then. You look up.
Yeah.
As you look up directly above you, you see a large smile. A smile that is broad and across as it opens. It curls at the edges and has interlocking teeth blocking the mouth completely, but you can see the zigzagging lines of them all. As it smiles out, 2 eyes reveal themselves, one and then the other, and they have a green glow to them, but have the slits down the centre. What you see is just the face of a large Cheshire cat.
Oh no.
As it says, well, well, well. Look who's wandered away from the snap, snap, snap. You've gone yourselves a little... And then it... Give me a perception check.
Oh god.
I gotta cry!
13.
And it disappears into the darkness.
Oh my god. No. Hold a hand!
Do I hear this considering the wall's blocked off? I don't know how much sound goes through it.
Give me a perception check at disadvantage.
Alright. Oh, 17!
You do hear what's sort of like a twisted but female voice. Yeah, you hear.
Alright, so I'll look behind me.
And then you hear Gordo shouting.
Oh, fuck. Well, there's a wall here. Gordo?
I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost on the wall to try and reunite with Oderhill.
Okay. 2 things happen because an action has taken place. Oderhild, you hear a faint of water.
Oh no.
And then a blast of Ray of Frost goes out. As it impacts, it freezes and across, and it is no effect. If anything, it hardens the the strange substance, crystallizing it.
God. I would ask, please, Charles, to blast it with fire.
Okay. Charles, a new action takes place. He points forward with his wand and says something like, okay, I don't know, Oderhild? Or should I say Rose, what does he do?
Oh, all right. Let me just. Fire blast. What's it called? Fire shot. Sure, that one. The cantrip.
As he speaks out loud and says, fire! He points forwards as you see something like touch the back of his tunic or his suits, and then pull him as he disappears into the darkness. So you just see him as you let me rewind. You hear a blast of water, and it grabs the back of his suit, and then he disappears into the darkness.
Immediately, Gordo's just gonna fucking. He cares about Charles. He's gonna run to the darkness. The stupidest fucking thing to do, screaming, Charles, Charles. Do I move, Mike?
Yeah, you can move.
All right. 15. Oh, there's water. Can I make a check to see if I can see him, or I can see where I went?
So you've moved this far. Sure. Yeah. We're gonna be just for you guys, just to make things easy for me. Roll initiative,
Okay.
Yeah.
just so I can keep it in turn.
So bad.
That's
This
fine.
is
I mean,
so bad.
you're only fighting you two, so don't worry. Okay, so this is your turn. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
So you move 15 feet. You've stepped to here. You can see this aura. Good stuff.
Quick question. So his fireball didn't go off at all.
It did not go off.
He-
He extended out, and then, like something from a horror film, something grabbed him from the back, and then pulled him like on a bungee cord, and he just got yeeted into the darkness, and then
The
vanished.
darkness this way. The darkness this way, right, Mike? I mean, that's the only. Like, he didn't get thrown through the other
No,
wall.
he did not. No. Into the into the dark, into the vacuumous space.
Okay. Great. Super, Mike. Yeah, I'm just gonna run and see if I see drag marks, or if I can see anything, or I hear him, or do anything.
Give me a perception check.
Perception. 14.
You guys are rolling so poorly.
I know.
As you look out, you hear a muffled noise, and you hear.
I would specifically looking probably on the ceiling, because I know it climbs in the walls.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say you see a flash of movement, but not enough to like go. There it is. It's more
Okay.
like as you look like you're holding. What have you cast light on?
My pot, like a
On your
a
pot.
spotlight.
So as you're like holding your pot up, and you see something moves, so you move the pot and you catch a leg, and then it's gone, and
Oh, so terrifying.
because it's literally.
Mike, this is be a holiday episode, not a horror episode. Where's Santa?
You found it.
Just a
Oh,
cat.
God. Yeah, I guess that's my turn.
Okay. Oderhild.
I mean, I look behind me in this direction. Did that also close up?
Yes. Now you head back from the wall. It indeed has been blocked. That is a terrible line. I assume you guys can see these lines.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's more like a curve, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
I'll go towards here and try a radiant blast on this wall.
Okay.
Oof, that's a 21.
21 hits. Roll damage. You fire a radiant blast, a singular
God.
point, and you burn through your like a singular point, like a gunshot going through a piece of paper.
Just a peek hole.
Yeah, exactly.
Gordo!
Man, that hole is glorious, Rose. Just truly.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Don't ask me for help. I can't do anything.
I'm just
Um,
trying. Outerhill's just looking to see if she sees Gordo through her hole. She's not gonna lean against this. Let's
Yeah,
be clear about this.
You're keeping a cautious gap, and you just lean forward to see through the hole, but don't let any of it touch you. That's fine. Your action's been spent, so no free action. Passively, you do not see anyone through the hole.
Cool, and I move back and.
Okay.
I mean, Brindle has his fire spitter, but I assume he wants to save it. So.
Gordo, from about here,
Okay.
you see nothing. But then, even closer, you just see the two green eyes just appear together, and then the smile appears. It's always nice that a tasty snack has escaped the horrible snap, snap, snap. And then as it closes its eyes and mouth, it disappears. You didn't see a body to it. You didn't see a face. You just saw two eyes and a smile.
I'm afraid, and I need Odor help. Still screaming, Odor help! Odor help!
I can see you.
Looking around, do I see this wall?
You do.
Okay. Do you make any notion I can hear or see you, Odor help?
I mean, I was on the other side yelling, Gordo! And if I heard you, I went, I can see you on this side.
You can hear the noise. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Then if that's the case, then we need to reunite right now. I can't be fucking around. So I'm just going to try and make sure I don't hit you guys. If I just... Okay. I'm just going to say fuck it and say... I'm just going to grab some chili pepper flakes, get them extremely hot, like with my hands, and then just blow on them, and then cast Agonizer Scorcher on that wall.
Okay. As a blast of fire goes out, it incinerates the wall, and the wall burns up, destroying it completely.
Thank God. Oh, Brendel, please! I can't see, and I'm afraid. This is like my nightmare. Gordo says, actually in character.
Oh. As Ariel goes, ooh, light!
It's my turn.
A funny thing about dark vision, be in this space, even with the dim glow of the extended light of the light spell, that means you can see in colour in all the full 40 feet. But as soon as the walls went up, it went straight back to grey.
Oh God.
Just saying. It's just a fun thing about having dark vision.
Oh, it's so fun.
I hate
Alright.
it.
Okay, what are you guys going to do? We're now in a new initiative step.
Moving here with Brindle right behind me. And
Hug
I'll,
Odor
make
help.
the dash.
Hug or help.
Come back here. I'm dashing to make it to you.
Hug. They got Charles.
Oh.
We need to save him.
Well, why didn't you watch over him? Where did he go? And who?
I don't know. It was like this crazy weird cat thing with like a weird smile, and it can talk and it climbs on the walls, and it's. We need to save him, please.
Mike, is this like a whirlpool or some kind of pillar?
For this, it's
Black hole?
It's nothing. It's just water.
Okay.
I just couldn't find the right map.
You're fine. It can climb on the walls and it can talk and it looks like a cat, but it's not a cat because it can like spray that stuff on everywhere. Please, we gotta save him.
Alright, so Ardahild will I was gonna say draw a sword, but maybe not. Never mind. She'll try to look at the ceilings and the walls, see if she can see Charles.
How tall are the ceilings, Mike?
Probably only like 15, 20 feet max. So when this thing was above you, it was directly above you. It was like 5 feet away from your face.
Okay, then I will need to protect us, so I will cast Spirit Guardian.
Okay. This is the first time you cast in Spirit Guardians?
It is not. It is my second time.
Okay. Okay. Give me a refresher.
I cast-
What does Spirit Guardians look like to you?
It is a bunch of dancing utensils. So I grab a bunch of like extra forks and stuff I collected and drop on the ground, and I say, "Come on, start cooking!" And they start dancing around me.
It's like Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo, as each one starts lifting up and bouncing and shifting around you in a constant motion as they start swirling around. After Odahill, then Gordo, in the right order. In which case, it's that you both hear another squirt
No.
as you hear a high pitch, guys, as there is then this like white rope pinned to Brindle's chest.
No.
And then there is a sudden pull, and he is yonked into the darkness.
I assume I can't attempt to use my reaction to jump at him.
Do you have a reaction ability, or do you just mean in general?
Yeah, in general.
No. Just in that moment it hits him. If you had Sentinel... Do you have Sentinel? No. Just pulled, and as you go to move, not quick enough, and he is pulled out and into the dark. It's just the two of you.
Do we see which way he got pulled?
Again towards the water.
Fuck. We gotta go. We gotta do this quickly. I'll fall right behind you.
You just...
All right.
You just hear the voice this time. Oh, it's so nice. I've been so very hungry and so brave. Cowardly, yes. Adventurers think they can hide from the snapper? Well, you've come to my home.
We didn't hide the snapper. We beat it.
There's a long pause. What?
Yeah, go outside. Go check it out. It's dead.
No, you lie.
Haha, you think I lie, but I don't lie.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Come at me. Can I make it intimidation? It doesn't matter actually to my stat, but
If you want to.
yeah.
Okay. Over the water, in the darkness, you see once again that smile just forms out of the black, and it grins outwards, and then the two eyes appear. And then just above them, in like a diagonal, two more eyes appear, but much smaller.
Oh.
And with the glow of all four eyes, you can start to see its face. And it has a third face, much like a Cheshire cat, with two pointed ears. But you start to see more of it as the bit of the body is there. Passively, you can see there is confusion on its face. Really? You killed it?
Really, we killed it. Yeah, come on.
It then steps forward towards the light of Gordo's ability.
Ha ha.
As you see the long 8 legs that are pinning to the ceiling, bringing this large cat-like body across. Its extended arachnid body sort of extends backwards, and its legs all reaching out, and it smiles out towards you. Both of you give me a perception check.
Not really good today.
Never mind.
You know what? I'll use my inspiration. I'll re-roll. Fuck it. 20.
There you go.
You see around its neck, wearing a pendant, you see the symbol that you just recently saw. You've seen it in Charles's notes, but you've also seen it because Odahill's been talking about it quite recently. And it wears the symbol of Bacob around its neck. Well, if that's the case... Bye!
Where are our friends? What'd you do to them?
It moves 15 feet that way. As it starts crawling.
Does he
towards
answer?
you.
Does he make any notions?
It's definitely a feminine voice. I'm sorry if mine isn't good enough. You can give me a persuasion roll as you ask.
Okay. 25.
It stops and turns around. Oh, those pesky little morsels. No, I didn't eat them. I can wait. Unless you're lying.
Insight check.
Go for it.
That's a 5. He ate Charles.
And it will spend the rest of its movement to pass through the web. 15 feet to there. What do you guys do? We are now in a turn order.
Ardell will start dashing.
Okay. Which way?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Still at 15,
okay.
but I don't see anything here.
15. Okay. As you get towards the wall, it is a solid piece of wall. As you step out, it is a solid piece of... what's the range, Gordo? 40 feet. Sorry. It's a sheer black wall.
Kind of like how we saw black on the ceiling in Shipton?
Yes. A bit like that.
Alright. Gordo! Magic bullshit! Or something.
You can push into the
I hate
wall
magic.
and, ascertain what it's made out of. But it's...
I mean, I dashed. Can I?
Yeah, as a free
I did
action.
use
If
my
it's
action to dash.
as a free action, if it's a door or a surface, you can touch it.
I will attempt to make a punch. Well, I guess not a full punch.
Yeah,
but
just enough to impact it to tell it
knock on it.
if this
Yeah.
is a darkness spell or if it's just rock. As you impact against it, your hand's stuck.
Fuck.
Magic bullshit!
No, I can do the same thing, just in small amounts when I'm by myself. It's fine.
So that's Odahill's turn. Gordo.
I'm going after Charles. Can I see that Oderhild is currently stuck?
Yeah, you can.
The same way I was, like when this
Yeah,
leg
she's
when they hit
like
a wall.
pulling on her hand that's sort of sunken in. As you come up, Oderhild, you are now within the dim light of the light spell, meaning that you can see in colour, and as he steps at least 5 feet closer, the black turns to webbing.
Gotcha.
Seeing that there's more webbing and we need to get through this, I'm just going to cast. This is really bad. Another Agonizer Scorcher on the wall.
Yep, aiming just beside Oderhild, you can make a doorway.
Yeah.
As the beam of peppers and chili powder blasts forwards and burns its way through, it rips, but then the entire wall ignites. So a fun thing happens. As it does, that means that Oderhild takes 2d6 points of fire damage. As your hand is buried within it. You take 10 points of fire as it just explodes out. And then so does the entirety of the wall. As it burns across, Oderhild, you are impacted by the flames as it just ignites like it was doused in alcohol. But then all the water that's being held back by this lake immediately bursts out and starts running down and then and starts filling this space. So on the battle map, this section of water is only here now, and it is being caused as it's running down into it. Okay. But reveals a new section. Gordo, that's your action. Anything else?
No, sir.
All right then. In which case, Odehild.
Alright, good thing I'm a tiefling, Gordo. And she'll use her bonus action to cast Flame Blade.
Yeah.
Oh, oops. Got this, don't worry about me. Is this like a passage I can walk over?
Yes, it is. But just so the player knows, there is nothing south on the map. This is the entirety.
Interesting. In which case I'll use my action to make a perception check towards the ceilings for, I guess the general space, but I will look at the ceilings as well for Charles and Brindle.
Go for it.
16.
16. You look out and you see that there are crates and there's barrels and there's boxes and there's Hessian sacks all around here. But that continues, and whilst my map's not very clear, and I apologise for this, there's more barrels and sacks and large ones like potato sacks all around. All over the space there are potato sacks made of the like Hessian bag material.
Alright. I only see sacks. I can check them. I'll use the last of my movement
Okay.
to get to there.
Nice. Gordo.
I gotta find Charles. I'd like to make an active perception check. I can see. Do I see this?
Give me a second. Give me a perception check.
Okay. Come on.
You two Odehild, because a bright light has just been granted to you.
Well, I have my flame blade.
Yes. What's the range of the flame blade? Does it say?
Let me see. 10-foot radius. Bright and dim light for another 10.
Yeah, okay.
Fair enough.
Give me another perception check if you can.
Oh, me?
Yeah. You get a free one because bright light has just come to an area that was not before. Nice.
Hey, buddy!
Both of you spot this area that is filled with large Hessian sacks. Aren't made of Hessian at all, but webbing. As you see, large, well, now just two large, particularly large ones, on the back wall.
Was that my action, Mike?
To do an active check, that's what you wanted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's in your dim light, so yes.
It's fine. Okay. Then I'm just gonna say, over there, please, we gotta get him. To Odehild.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Right then. Odehild.
From here, I'm gonna use a Radiant Blast.
Yeah.
Hoping it will bode better than fire.
Mm-hmm.
On Brindle, I guess.
23 hits.
Or 8.
8 points of damage. Echoing in the cave, you hear a high pitch.
And I'll move. Can I see if it helped get him out? Is he still stuck in there?
It seems still to be stuck. But you see like a good, again, nice sized impact point against the sack. And the thing inside is wriggling like crazy, as if it is being attacked.
We're coming! That's all.
Okay. That brings us to Gordo.
All right. Yeah, I'm going after him. And then I'm gonna dash.
Yeah.
Can I get up? Can I get up safely this way?
Yeah, you can clamber over. You see that there are these like deflated silk sacks all around, filled with bones.
Gross. I don't want to touch him, but Charles. That should be. That should be it.
Yeah.
That's my action. That's my action dash. Yeah.
Okay. Odehild.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna have to try to blast it again, I think. I could use my sword. Oof. For the sake of time, I guess I'll use my sword.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to here and yell, "Sorry, Charles!" and use my flame blade.
Okay.
Rules an 11?
11 hits. 13 fire damage. And he is cut free.
Oh, sweet.
After taking 6 points of fire damage.
Could have been worse.
As you slice through, it burns and the whole thing ignites. You cut through and there he is, burnt and singed, but okay. Trying to get his bearings. And then Gordo.
For thematic purposes, I'm just going to cast Healing Word. I did not work. I'm going to cast Healing Word on Charles.
Yeah.
And then make sure he's okay. And then I'm going to start very awkwardly cutting him out with a with one of my daggers.
Make a dagger attack.
I have my chef. I have one, because I don't have a thing for it. Here, real quick. Dagger, Dex, D4. Proficient. Dagger.
7. As you go in with the dagger, you stab forward and start cutting through using the hole that Odehild had made. And you cut all the way through, revealing Brindle.
That's terrible in there. Oh, it must be something within like the natural glands it produces. You know, it'd be quite interesting if I actually were able to decompose this compound. It may actually be very interesting. Alright, that's my turn.
Okay. With all of you revealed, you are out of initiative.
Ah, thank God.
They did not suffocate.
What the fuck was that thing?
I prefer not to know. I prefer to kill it.
I mean, yeah, but it can what it can do right now and in the dark. I mean, after we killed that Hydra, I mean, we're all pretty weak. I mean, I'm not sure if we can. We definitely can't stay here tonight.
No. You're right about that. Well, there's only one way out, though, so we'll come across it again.
You know, I just had a terrible thought, Oderhilt. What if that little shit was lying to us this entire time, knew it was here, and just sent us to our deaths?
Whew, I've had to cut out when I come back into town.
Oh. Mike, can I do a investigation check on the bodies or some of like the I'm trying to basically see how long this has happened for.
Yeah, sure. How long do you want to spend?
What kind of check? I'm just looking at the bones. I have some experience with cooking. You know, maybe I know how, like, time-wise, how things, you know, can fall apart. Maybe that might come into play.
How long will you want to spend investigating?
Not too long.
I'll give you a +1 per hour.
Oh fuck. So nothing.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sorry, what did you say this investigation was for?
So my idea was that, based on that idea, I was thinking that we could probably see how long they've been down here for, to try to understand this is a new thing that's happened, and so he was right this entire time there was somebody here, or if this has always been here and he sent us to our deaths.
Here's my inspiration.
All right.
Give me another roll.
10.
Okay. As you just spend a moment looking across, looking at the bodies of these ones, I would say, with a 10, most of them seem pretty old. Chew marks on them, and they're very brittle. You see others, maybe like one or two sets of bones that haven't got like the grayness to them, which means they might be a bit fresher, but majority seem pretty old.
Fuck that kid. He lied to us.
You think I'd look good as an executioner, Gordo? I think I'd be good as an executioner.
I would say so. Charles, are you all right?
Oh, yes. I can breathe again.
That's good.
Could be better, but you know.
I want to make sure Charles is okay. I heal him. Fuck! I heal him again. So he's also healed for...
I haven't used the first one because I haven't been given a number.
Okay. There you go.
Cool.
Okay.
Yes, I'm great, actually.
Ah, that's good. Okay.
Alright, let's get out, guys. We're probably gonna have to face it at some point, so...
Yeah.
We're gonna hide
Right.
and run, or just gonna try to fight it?
I mean, we're gonna have to fight it.
Alright.
I mean, I don't imagine that thing's just gonna let us leave. I mean, it seemed evil.
Yeah, and I
It doesn't
think
seem like... Yeah.
we can't sneak past it.
No.
Is this anything special? Is this some kind of cask, or just... Whoa, okay. It just blew past. Cool.
Oh, just moving
Is
out.
this is this something like a casket, or just rubble
no,
or
it's
something?
more like a table. It's more like an ornate desk.
Alright, well,
You know,
I'm having a look through that.
I did see that the thing had a symbol of macabre on it.
As
maybe he was-
Arnhild gives Charles a look.
Maybe he was like delving in magic she shouldn't have and became that thing. I mean, I've never heard of that thing or seen that thing before. And I've read a lot of books. A lot of books.
As Charles gives Arnhild a look. Yeah. Could be, we've seen the case of Sarah Waters. Who knows, people don't use magic in the right way always. And Arnhild is just going to rummage through his desk.
Nice. Give me an investigation roll. Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm also going. I have a plan. I want to do something, so I'm
Okay.
also gonna start looking around this place to see if, with Brindle's help, I'm gonna bring Brindle this time,
So,
or he's gonna as protection.
So a homebrew rule I'm going to start introducing, because I quite like the idea of it, is you get a +1 per hour you want to spend investigating.
Okay. Me and Brindle are gonna look around this place to see if we can find anything of use. But I'm going to release the spirit, so you have a D6 inspiration.
And I'm also gonna give myself guidance. So why not?
$17.
And I had a D6 from you.
Yeah.
How long are you spending investigating, sorry?
I mean, however long it takes. We're gonna basically I saw some there's barrels and boxes before we leave and try and find some safety. Just want to see if there's like, oh, there's a pile of gold sitting here. Oh, there's a pile of armor sitting here.
Okay.
Arnhild's definitely not taking an hour, so 12 for Arnhild.
Okay, so
And
within an hour, so you're not spending a full hour, you got a 17 and a 12?
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. Odahil, as you search through the desks, you find papers. They're written in common, Though some bits go into words and things that you understand that they're words in common, you just don't know what they mean. It seems something a bit above you.
Something Charles might.
Indeed. But a lot of it isn't. And as you're searching through, you find what seems to be somewhat of a diary. Now, whilst the diary itself has become quite aged, and the dampness of the water here has brought in a lot of damage to a lot of the paperwork, it is readable. And you start reading it, I assume?
Yeah, I'll open it at the front to see if there's a name, and then go through the pages.
There is a name. That name being Felicia Rocket. Or Roget.
Rocket?
Roget.
Roget, okay. In which case, since I have the name, I'm gonna go towards the last entry.
Okay. As you start reading it, we're so hungry. I don't know what we're going to do. Gavinus has already died. And it's not going to be too much longer until the rest of us start going. Thom killed him. We've got to do something. I've got an idea.
Interesting. And
God.
I'll try to go a few pages back till I can find like an entry where it's like the whatever is keeping them trapped, I suppose.
Okay.
What the cause is.
Start going through. I was working down here when it all started. I don't see much to it. I'm sure Penetra is going to send more people in to deal with it, but everyone's looking to me for guidance. I don't know how to deal with a Hydra. But we're going to stay down here until someone comes. And then business as usual.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Any more?
I'm pocketing it for now,
Okay.
and going over to Gordo to inform him of this.
Alright. Gordo, you got a 17. What were you doing? Searching everything?
Yeah, I'm basically. I mean, I see on the map there are things like chests and things like that. I just want to see if there's anything of note or value to them.
You see a lot of arcane instruments. You see a lot of clothes, general storage stuff. You know, things that you would find in sort of like a storehouse. Spare mops, buckets, planks of wood, boxes and crates of nails and hammers and other basic supplies. You do find with a 17 a fair amount of gold. There's a couple chests down here, and they've got a decent amount in. No one.
Gold?
Mm-hmm. Silver. But that said, looking at this, there is a bit of gold jewelry. There's gold and silver jewelry, gemstones in the smallest amount in just regards to facets and items, rings, brooches, and others.
All right. Well, I'll start pocketing what I can. And just not spending too much time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to use a new ability, which I haven't done before. I'm going to get rid of my passion and regain a third level spell slot.
All right.
So I lost both my inspirations. I had remaining.
Done. You feel a part of you almost. As you release it, as you let it go, you feel that loss.
Oh, that's sad. Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's get out of here. I don't feel great, Grindel. No, all right. Let's go. It's fine. Okay.
Yeah, and other hills will also come along.
Okay.
I would like to ask us. Let's move carefully. If this thing is waiting for us outside to attack us, I just want to make sure we're on our guard.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
So,
I'll keep that in mind. What's your passive perceptions? And add 5 to it for me as you are keeping an active watch.
17.
Also 17.
All right.
High five.
High five.
Nice. As you are, please feel free to move your tokens. I'll assume the others are keeping up. Through.
Okay.
I assume 10 minutes has passed, right?
Yeah, through all the searching, yeah, it's probably been about half an hour.
Cool.
Okay. In which case, you guys made it through safely. If you're going to keep heading north, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. You make it out and then start going up the Mirandering Cave once more, following the path and keeping that active watch until eventually you see that the cave ends. That gives that finish. You see the night sky ahead of you, and you see that singular arc of the moon, a single strip of light that seems to go up, cutting through the canopy in the gaps that allows, and you see the damaged camp around you. For convenience.
Oh no! Cordell,
Yeah.
do you think it might have been scared of the Hydra and kept in hiding over there and now it's gone?
No, that's 100% what happened.
Oh.
I have no doubt in my mind that's exactly what was happening.
Let's get back as soon as possible. I have her name. I don't know. We have to figure out who this person is and warn them.
Well, we'll do our best. My idea was that they sent this thing down here to try and they were doing some sort of experiments, and then the Hydra came, and they all tried to look to this guy for guidance to see how to do this, and eventually they couldn't, so they began to starve, and he experimented with dark magic.
Yeah, seems like something like that happened.
But Mike, looking at I have a sad thought. Looking at the Hydra body, does it look like anything's changed to it?
Yeah, if you examine it, you see a couple puncture wounds in it that you don't remember, a couple bite marks.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, I know. I really wanted it. Does it look like it drastically altered its composition?
No.
Or is it more like kicking? Okay.
Kicking it was down.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Oh man. Oh man, what are we gonna tell the rest? Oh.
I know. We fucked up. Oh shit. Oh.
All right. Anyways, Otterhild will suggest. I mean, I think we should go back and tell Lord Craven what we found and also what we didn't find, considering he was preparing to also use this for his campaign.
Well, I mean, yes, but we killed a Hydra. That's equally as important, I would say.
I would agree.
I mean, it's not as important as, killing a bandits, but a Hydra's still a formidable foe.
I think it might be equal, but either way, I think we should talk to him first before going to, for example, the university, who might know something about this.
You're right.
Just so he's up to date about what we found and stuff like that. And I think he can guide us on what to do next because he's more familiar with the city and the people and the entities, such as the university. Does that sound fair?
No, you're 100% right.
Alright, so should we walk through the night, or?
It's the middle of the night now. You're on the verge of being exhausted.
Yeah.
And it is a full day's walk, 8-9 hours to make it out of the woods.
Yeah.
I mean, Charles, could you just create a protective hut for us, and then we'll stay here the night?
Yes, I was just about to suggest that. I'll just create my hut and we can stay there for the night and we'll be safe, as always.
I'll check.
Just, Gordo, be careful not to run into any succubi again.
I'll do my best.
Good. As he takes out his spell book, his wand, and starts doing the gestures again.
Mm-hmm. Until eventually he's able to complete the spell. And a dome surrounds you. Where are you putting this dome?
Let's just do. Can we do it like maybe like a back against the wall here? So, you know, we only have a limited amount of angles. We have to watch out. Oh, but then it's gonna look at above. Oof.
Hmm.
I mean, I was thinking just somewhere here, but
Yeah, maybe out in the open, just so that there's the least amount of like, most amount of visibility. But yeah, maybe like you're right. Maybe like right here.
yeah, let's just do that. Let me move there.
Okay.
Oh God.
Let's actually do here so we're not so close to the water. Just in case.
What are the chances?
With you, like, I don't know, 90 versus 10.
Oh, wow. That's just mean. Okay.
I mean, that's what you are, so, you know.
In which case, you guys start resting out. Watches go through. For simplicity. Gordo, give me a perception check.
Oh God.
Oh, what colour is the dome, first of all?
Charles's favorite color, purple. Sure.
Okay, a purple dome protects you guys. You step inside.
Because that's what smart Charles would do in the middle of a jungle, makes purple. For fuck's sake, I hate myself.
And then it comes to Oda Hill's watch. Give me a perception check.
Alright. It's a solid 10. We're great at
God.
this, man.
God,
Great.
it's been a long day. Listen, it's been a long day for our characters.
It
You
has.
know, we're tired.
Oda Hill, can you roll a 1d100 for me, please?
Oh, sure.
Watch out for the succubus trying to play chess with you.
Show me a 1. Oh, opposite. 96.
That's either gonna be amazing or terrifying.
Terrifying, I'm gonna assume. I think you rolled high with the succubus as well.
Oh fuck, you're probably right. I think that was the case.
Then again, with those 100 tables, it's sometimes just random.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
God. No, Mike, we've had a rough
Stop!
day.
Stop!
As you start looking
Stop!
around, you see something. It's camouflaged, and its scales twist and change in their colour, almost chameleonic. It has a long serpentine tail and walks on 2 legs, with its 2 wings out top, as it seems to be scouting around the outside. This thing is a small creature. As it goes across, its wings expand, and as it flies, it's a dragon. It's a small dragon. It's a pseudo-dragon. As it lands upon a tree, and then camouflages itself until you can barely ever see it before it moves again.
Oh my god. Ardale is going to try to be slow and not intimidating for once in her life and take out a pack of rations and put it a little bit away on the floor and then move away from the
So
rations.
you're gonna throw it outside the sphere.
That's a...
I mean, for my shift, I assume I'm outside the sphere.
I mean, you can see
Ardale would
through
go
it.
outside the sphere.
Okay, you can go through.
Yeah, but I'm Ardale.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, but it's me. So yeah, she'll put it down and back away a little bit and lower herself to the ground.
It's not a dog. It can like talk and shit, right?
It kicks off. Kicks. You throw the food down. It kicks off, and then its wings expand, revealing itself once more. It has a very long tail, and then lands on the ground.
Oh, what a beautiful tail you have! I have a tail as well. She
You
like
there.
whacks around too.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god, you talk. Hi.
Hello and greetings. I saw your arcane dome and was curious.
If you...
That's my friend. He's sleeping.
Ah, a caster of a sword. What kind? It is of the utmost importance.
Oh. I'm not really into casting. See, I do more like the holy stuff.
Ah, an interesting set of skills, but not one I require right now. Unless... What do you like with curses?
I'm great with curses,
I'm
actually.
already doubting that, my child. This thing is about a foot off the ground, and it stood on its hind legs, its wings folded behind it, its tail whipped on and curled up on the floor. Its two claws out. It looks like a meerkat if a meerkat was a dragon.
No, I understand, but I can bestow curses, but I can also remove them.
Well, if this is quite
just
true,
not-
I would
yeah.
beseech your help.
Okay, so was something happened? You're cursed?
I am indeed. My name is Brokag.
Prokak?
Yes. You can give me a history roll if you want.
Sure, for this very college name of Brokak.
Cag, yeah.
History. That's a 9.
You've never heard this name before.
Ah, nice to meet you. My name is Arderhild.
Pleasure to meet you.
So,
I have been cursed to this form. It would be most appreciative if you could help me.
I can tomorrow. My friend is asleep. I don't know his state right now, how tired he is.
This curse,
So-
unfortunately, forces me to keep on the move. If you are unable to help me, I will have to move on.
Let me wake him up. And Arderhild will go wake up Gordo. I have a man with a curse here. Please.
As she points through the dome, because you're in the dome, and he can't see through it because it's opaque, you see the meerkat dragon there, almost like tapping his wrist or just like looking at his nails, just like because he can't see what's going on.
There's a dragon outside.
No. Come out. She'll like lift Gordo, bring him outside.
There's a dragon outside.
You talk. You just Brokak.
Mike, I've read thousands of children's books. I've heard of bro cake before.
Give me a history roll
Probably not.
with advantage.
Ooh.
Good
Oh.
thing.
Huh.
$17?
Yeah, 17.
Okay. You have heard the name Brokag before. You know the story of Brokag, the Life Taker, a fierce and awesome ancient black dragon.
Okay.
Said to have been killed eons past, like during the Age of War, before the formation of the kingdom.
Okay.
Yeah. Like he
Bro cake.
yeah. Yes.
Okay. Are you the bro cake?
My name is Brokeg. I'm starting to be concerned with the peoples that I've come across. Are you also lost?
I've heard stories of the famed and feared Brokeg, who destroyed thousands of lives and more souls with it. That Brokeg?
Did?
It's a popular name, I'm sure.
Insight check.
Sure, Insight the Pseudo Dragon.
That's 11.
If anything, a pseudo dragon being called this name is really cute, but maybe a little cruel. It's like a really big guy being called tiny. It's like the opposite.
I mean, can
I
I
love it.
also roll? Because Otterhill wants to know if this is someone to look up to as someone who killed 1,000 men.
Yeah, sure. Give me an insight roll.
It's 14.
Okay. Hard to read.
God.
I don't know. Did he
I-
really kill 1,000 men? I mean, I will look up to you, but this is a lot. It's a big number. It's not just, He doesn't look like it, does he?
Are you able to help me? I would greatly appreciate some help here with removing a curse.
I mean,
Right.
I certainly could. If you're the real Brokeg, I'd be quite terrified. But usually there's a exchange of goods. I help you, how you help us.
What would you like in return?
Oh, well, what do we want in return?
Hang on, let me just wait.
In that moment, before you answer, we have Gordo turns to Oderhild, who says, "What do we want in return?" In front of you, effectively, is a meerkat. Okay, just that scene tickles me so much. Okay.
Hang on. Charles loves contracts. Let me just wake him up as well. We'll make up a contract.
Okay.
Charles,
Please,
come out of
What's
the
that?
hut. Come on. Where there's a pseudo dragon. That's what you call him, right? Gordo?
Oh, this Charles is here. Okay. I get it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I'm here.
He's cursed. He's cursed. But Gordo is saying it's like some dude who killed 1,000 men. He's saying he's Brokeg. I don't know what that means. Some like dragon. What did you say?
An
I don't
ancient
know.
dragon who ravaged the lands and killed thousands of men.
Anyways, we need to make this a bit quick because he needs to move. If we don't like the curse is part of the curse.
Wait.
But,
Just so
yeah.
I've got this clear. There's a dragon that was cursed because he did bad things, and he wants the curse removed.
We don't know that. What are you cursed with exactly, Brokeg?
I have been cursed to inhabit this tiny little form, and it is most frustrating. I have
Yep,
been,
no, that's 100% the fact.
I have been traveling around trying to find somebody that is able to help me. I have been looking upon the kindness of strangers, but I am yet to find anyone that can remove this affliction.
And you're saying you can remove it, Gordo?
Yeah, technically.
Okay.
If it's not like godly powers. Yeah,
Okay,
I think
and
so.
Why were you cursed?
Most likely a cruel practitioner of magic. To tell you the truth, and he like leans in. Now, just so you know the size, if you didn't hear it, James,
It's meerkat.
it's a meerkat size with dragon wings and a tail. I think you were there, so you saw a pseudo dragon upon Lord Creighton has one.
Okay, yep.
So this form forces me to keep moving, and I am very rarely able to request assistance for long. But I saw you here in the wilderness, and I was hoping that you could help. The others spoke of trade, and I'd be more than happy to offer up anything I can.
Interesting. Well, that was, while a very interesting story, you failed to neglect why you were cursed. You said who might have done it and what that kind of person was, but not why, what you had done to cause the curse.
It's because this small body holds such a small mind. I don't remember.
Insight.
Insight.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, well,
Hey.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh, we all did
yeah.
well.
Oh, now the good rolls come out.
James, we were doing so bad.
It was so bad, dude. It was
As bad
bad.
as last week with me, with the 4 nat.
No, not that
Not
bad,
that
but
Okay.
He honestly does not remember.
Oh, come on. He doesn't know. Just help the man. We're a nice
Well-
party. And look at him. He's so cute.
How
That's a
about
little funny.
a forward deal? Do you remember what kind of dragon you were?
I don't remember.
Red.
I don't
black.
even know if I was a dragon.
well,
you
no.
just know
See,
you trapped.
the name that he is called it was his ancient black dragon. We don't know if that was him
Wait,
specifically.
an ancient black dragon.
Yes,
Well, that's what you said. You know, right?
yes. That's the name
Can I-
of
can I
Brokeg was
roll
an
a
ancient black
history
dragon.
on that name?
Yeah, Brokeg. Yeah. You went to college with a Brokeg. You also are familiar with the story
of Brokeg, the Life Taker, a dragon that was used as a weapon of war during the Age of War, where before the kingdom was formed, where there was just total, utter destruction upon the land, and dragons were used as siege weapons and just caused absolute devastation. One of the more prominent ones was Brokeg, the Life Taker. But it equally isn't an uncommon name. It's not like you find it every day, but every now and again you'll come across,
I see. And that was important, that bit. Did you say they were used as siege weapons?
Way back when, yeah.
Used is an important term. Do you mean used against their will, or they were conscripted? Because that's very important.
With the 24, you don't know.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I have a rough understanding of dragons, and they have hordes.
Oh, do they? Oh.
Brokig, do you have a lot of money?
No, not yet. It was more of an advance on some money. But perhaps this, Brokeg, if you turn out to be a being of power when we release you, you owe us a favour that we can call on any time of our choosing.
Arhild accidentally punches Charles in the shoulder a little bit too hard. That's what I was gonna say. Oh, yes, you're smart. Yes.
He's gonna be like a cat or something.
It doesn't matter.
Regardless.
Cat.
Cats can be useful, especially if they can talk. Who's gonna, not talk important secrets in front of a cat?
Is that a deal, Brokeg?
I see no why not. I'm already starting, and the wings are starting to flap, and he's like getting, oh no, it's happening. I agree.
Oh, yes.
Anything.
Go on, do it.
I'm gonna quickly grab some berries, and I'm gonna mush them in my hands, make sure they're all gumpy,
As you're
gooey.
spending the time to do this, his wings are picking him up. He says, you must hurry. And they're starting to
And
take him away.
I'm gonna grab by the wings and just shake them.
And you just start shaking him.
Yeah.
It's a touch spell. You reach up, you grab him by the legs, and you pull him down. The wings are fighting you. You then use that momentum. You grab his chest, and you just start shaking and shaking. And the chameleon nature of the pseudo dragon, the form turns from like the wood of the tree it was just on, and then you get the greens of the grasses that it's flown over. You get the sort of pinky fleshy substance around where your hands are. You shake it more and more, and it turns green, and it turns white, and it turns red, and it turns black, and it starts to get bigger and bigger, and it starts to turn bronze, and it starts to turn silver. You shake it harder and harder. It's getting bigger and bigger, and so much that you're now struggling to hold it as its feet hit the ground. And the wings burst from the back. And the head rips forward, and the neck extends, and you can't shake it anymore. You've let go of it because its belly is forcing you out. As it forces you to the ground, you stumble backwards, and the rest of you have to step back. As its form expands, the large tail whips out, and the form changes once more to gold. A puff of heat comes from its nostrils.
You right there, Brokeg?
It looks across at you. And it brings its paws up so it can lay down low in front of you, bringing its head level with all of yours. Thank you.
Aww.
So much. Oh, I was in that form for so long. Stupid, naive. I'm grateful.
You're welcome.
Oh my god, a dragon.
Is Brokeg your actual name?
It is.
Okay.
How old are you?
I have lived 700 years.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What was life like before magic was capped at the 5th level?
not know. I do not understand the question.
Wait, you said it was 300 years, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Oh, God. Have you lived all 700 years on this plane of existence?
I remember the passage of 700 years before I was ambushed.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
But you want repayment, an honor I will abide to, even in my stupid form.
That's very honourable of you, and we thank you.
What
So
do
who
you
did
wish?
this to you?
We agreed to a favour that we could call upon later.
I am Brokeg the Magnificent.
That's such a cool name. Sorry.
If you have the ability to, send for me, and I will come. But only once.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I then ask for, I don't know, one of your skills or something so we can find you?
It's alright, his name
Maybe
is...
something that's less valuable. Oh, your name, the name works for you, Charles? Okay, sorry. You're so magnificent.
Indeed,
He is rather.
I am.
If I walk all the way round him, is he bigger than the white dragon at the university?
Give me a perception check as you try and gauge and think back.
For fuck's sake, it's not.
It's
It's back. It's back.
it's hard to tell. It was behind a railing, so you had to walk a very large circle, and now you're able to walk a very small one. It's difficult to tell.
And he's gold, right, Mike?
Solid, yeah.
All right.
Even in the dark that you're in, though, you've got the dome is gone. As soon as Charles left the dome, it vanished. So it's dark, but he's still got the shine to him. So much so he's got the shine to him so much that your dark vision sees him in gold.
Oh, fuck.
Interesting. Aria will look at. Have you seen ever anyone like me, like in this? Well, like what I am.
Yes.
We only started appearing here a few years. Really? Where?
All
when?
over. Your kind are ones of deceit and treachery. Though
Oh.
I am grateful of this act, see this as no contract being drawn, fiend.
Okay. Where did you see her kind before?
Often at the sites of great evil.
Not
I'm half
roaming
human.
cities or towns.
I grow tired of this conversation.
And he starts to lift himself up.
Wait, before you leave. Could I hug you?
It leans its head up, revealing its neck, and holds that position.
Yes, and I hug him very tightly. Ah, okay.
And then there's a massive blast of wind as the wings do one, forcing you away and lifting it off the ground.
Oh my god. That was
Stupidest thing
amazing.
ever. Good roll, Older.
Can
Good
I
roll.
hug it? What the fuck?
Beats
had a long
Succubus,
day.
doesn't it?
Oh, you're a cute little chainsaw. Let me touch you while you're running.
No, I love it. Oh my god, so funny.
But, right, so we have a ancient gold dragon that owes us a favour. That's a win.
Yeah. We didn't just release, a spider demon onto the world, but that's fine.
No.
So
Oh yeah.
I might have blacked out with the stress, but I remember something about a cat spider. Does anyone want to
Yeah.
fill me in?
That happens when you almost suffocate together with Brindle.
No, yeah, okay. Can somebody
course,
fill
if
me
you-
in?
No, it's perfectly fine. We entered the cave, and
Yeah.
we discovered that it looks like it's been here for a very long time, which we
Mhm.
believe the child who told us here was lying to us. But what
Child
also
that what?
remained. Remember when we came here initially, when we
Yep.
attacked the two bandits, and he said, "Oh, there's the bandit leaders here, right?"
Yeah.
We believe that's a lie, and they sent us to our deaths. Because what was inside was this strange, demonic, cat-like spider creature that sucked you and Brindle away into a cocoon. We believe it was stuck here because of the Hydra, and it couldn't leave. And after we informed it, because it could talk, that we killed the Hydra, it vanished somewhere.
I see. And we're currently still in the tunnel?
We are here, out in this map right here. We
Okay.
cast. We were getting a long rest because it's been a very long day.
And it's
Mhm.
very late.
Yes, so you wanted.
We
to,
hadn't
go back.
reached the place on the map, had we?
We have been into this cave.
Yes, but even when we got
Yes.
to this cave, this wasn't. This is X marks the spot. This was just a point we came across on the walk to.
I thought this was the X marks the spot, Mike.
Yeah, this camp seems to be the bandit. This is the only bandit camp that you've seen whilst you were investigating the area.
Yeah.
And with the rolls we did last week. Okay. But the thing is, I got a natural 20 on the insight, and they said it was here. So that guy must
mean,
have
if it was
been
like-
really good at lying.
I mean,
Well,
that might
think,
be the
think,
case.
Think about it in character. So don't say I got a natural 20.
Oh, wait, yeah. I really thought he was telling the truth, unless somebody lied to him, and he generally thought it was here.
Yeah.
That could be it. I mean,
Someone
that's. I
could
mean,
have
his
told
father.
him
His
it's here, so that when he was questioned, he could just say, it's here, and no one would think he was lying because he was telling the truth because he was lied to himself.
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
That means we need to go back to town, talk to him, and say, "Who told you this information?" That way, we can kind of divert the path. And if it was the father, then interrogate him instead.
Regardless, we thought it would be a good idea to go back as soon as possible and report to Lord Kratom first. And
Yeah, we don't want
Keep
to
him
make
up
him
to
look like
date?
a tit, but he could have already said something because we gave him advance notice.
yeah, well, I mean, we don't want him to not say he did something and then he hasn't done it. But on the other hand, we can say we killed a Hydra, which he can surely
Mm.
go off as well. But moreover, he knows the town quite well, and according to the diary, it seems, and what we found, there's a lot of magical artifacts.
What diary?
The diary of Felicia Roget, which appears to have been the cat thing. Basically, it read how they were all hungry and ready to die. At some point said like someone killed someone, but then it said she had an idea, so we assumed she became the thing that was in there. Again, assumption. And from what we gathered from earlier entries that I read in the diary, she was working there, and someone called Penetra went to send more people or something. Because
just to
it
give
seemed
you that bit.
Yeah.
She goes, I hope Penetra sends more men soon.
Okay.
either way, it seemed because they didn't know how to deal with the Hydra, so they were probably plugged in the cave because of the Hydra.
Okay. So
Um,
did we find out what caused this cat spider thing?
Well, we assume she turned into it since it says I've got an idea, but we don't know. And
Okay.
we only thing we know is that there were a lot of arcane instruments and jewelry and gems, which would suggest it might have been some kind of research for arcane things.
Did we take all those things?
Of course we did.
Cool. So I can look over them later. Mike, you said I was captured by it.
Mm-hmm.
Do I remember?
You remember something pulling on your back, and then everything went dark as you were cocooned in a web.
and I didn't see it leave.
I mean, okay,
That's fine.
What you would have
It's-
seen as it cocooned you, and as you spun round in a 360, as it was cocooning you up, you saw two glowing green eyes. In their
Only two?
In the upper diagonals, you saw two more.
Okay.
They all had the cat-like slits in the eyes, and a
Mm-hmm.
large Cheshire cat smile, where its triangular teeth all met with no gaps in between.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay.
Anyways, this is why I suggested going to Lord Creighton directly, because he's more familiar with Oldham, and while I don't want to speak bad of the university, we don't know the situation there, and, well, if in the past they send out, like, some weird team, it's something to talk about with Lord Creighton, and politically, it's the whole thing.
Okay. Before we go, Mike, what would you like me to roll to see if, as a wizard, on a magical sense, is there anything valuable about a Hydra to take back with us?
Yeah, you can give me a... Let's have a look. You can give me a Arcana.
Oh, for fuck's sake, a 7. Rolling a 7.
Not your expertise.
That's fine.
Oh, and obviously you were there for this. We found a Hydra egg.
Oh, yeah, in the water. It's 5 feet. 5 feet big.
Yep.
Okay, do we have that, or is it there?
It's
It's
huge.
still there.
We can't
Yeah.
carry it.
Wait,
point-
how
we need a
heavy is
They
Would
point
you-
towards the pond, and they tell you
Yeah.
it's 5 feet tall by about 3 feet wide.
Well, I could create a floating platform, and we could carry it into town on that. Remember? As long as
how
it weighs
long
less
does-
than... As long as it weighs less than... 1 second. 500 pounds.
I don't know, but as well, getting up on there would be not an issue. But we ran into a similar problem last time. How long does your disc last?
Oh, and only an hour, but it's a ritual. So we could walk for 55 minutes, and then I just recast it. And then we walk 55 minutes, and I recast it.
I think it's not a bad idea. Also, might I add, you sound a lot more like yourself now, Charles. Good on you. You needed a little bit of rest.
I think yesterday that the travel and the very frosty reception I received at the university really knocked my confidence. I just felt that, I was upset with how fellow academics treated one of their own, and I thought that it would have been a chance to gain great information and further my magical education, and they just weren't interested, and I think it really hit home.
Ah. Well, that explains your slight hostility towards Gordo. Anyways. I don't think that's a bad idea to bring it. For now, though, it's still late in the night. We should probably finish resting.
Oh, agreed. But how did the meerkat get here?
Oh, I don't know. I was keeping guard and it was here. It floated in.
Okay.
It was like a 1 out of 100 chance for it happening.
I rolled a D100.
Okay.
And then he showed up. And Mike laughed his ass off as he read what I rolled.
I see.
So, I see as you left it, your tiny hut disappeared. Is that correct?
Yeah, as soon as he exited to talk to the to the pseudo dragon, it popped.
That's fine. I'll ritually cast it again.
Thank you.
That's right.
Well-
I want this one to be dark green, so it's hard to see at night, but also kind of blends in with the greenery that was around us.
Yeah, not purple like the last one.
No, purple would be a stupid colour. No one would pick purple in the middle of the forest.
Your green would have been my second choice if I took a moment longer to think about it. Right. I finished my card shit, I'd say, so good night.
Has it been 4 hours?
Not yet.
Oh. Once it gets to 4 hours, I don't mind doing the rest of the night.
Well, let's have Brindle do a shift and then should have been 4 hours probably.
Yeah.
And then you can do the rest.
But Brindle.
Perfect. Because I need to grab
missed
something.
All of this.
Oh, that's fine. We'll tell him later.
Okay. You wake Brindle up and just explain to him that you're all going to bed. And he does his watch, and then he wakes up or disturbs Charles. And then it's your watch. Give me a nature roll, Charles.
Mr. Charles.
James? James!
And then Charles died.
Just
Oh no, I'm still here. Don't you worry.
an arrow out of nowhere.
Oh,
Dang it! I wanted to keep you alive so bad.
Are you back?
Yep.
Okay, nature roll.
Okay. Don't know why Chrome closed itself.
oh.
Charles. Nature.
Just so you know, the cat thing had a buck-up pendant necklace. Might be interesting for Charles to know.
Had a what?
A pendant on a necklace of buck-up symbol.
Which is the god of magic.
Interesting. Did he leave that necklace behind?
No.
It was on his neck and the thing left, so.
Okay.
Other thing, just remember, female.
Yeah.
She was female, the dragon.
No,
No,
the
the
cat.
the cat
The one
cat
that.
spider.
Oh, the cat
Yeah.
spider was female
Yeah.
and was wearing a necklace of Bacop.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And what's my nature roll for?
You wake up from your trance and you wait around. You look at the others and you see what time it is. And you think to wake them up, but then stop yourself. Because their rest was disturbed, you give them an extra hour's rest before waking them. Meaning they gain the benefits of a long rest.
And we don't automatically heal after a long rest, do we?
No.
We've got to use our hit die.
But you are
You
actually, in fact, at full health.
Okay.
Yeah, there was some healing done, then we swapped maps, but yeah.
That's fine. Just wanted to check all my spell slots are back.
Brindle's the only one I'll need to check.
Do I use a spell slot even if I cast it ritually?
No.
No.
Oh, interesting.
We're very excited. I'm gonna say, hang on, guys. I need to go see an old friend.
Do we have any group discussion on what you're having this time?
No, I'm bringing back Jasmine. Unless you want something scarier.
No, I was thinking I'd love something slightly more subtle. Really love something slightly more subtle to make anything we do in any city, or in fact anything we do ever, really nice and subtle. Because Pegasus is not subtle.
Yeah, I like this idea, yeah.
Okay. Mike, can I make the horseshoes gold?
You know, Lupin might still have some horseshoes of Zephyr laying around.
Oh, you got like 9 pairs at one time, didn't you? It was like something ridiculous.
I think I got like 2 or 3, I think, actually.
It was something
like
ridiculous. Like, when are we ever going to need this many pairs?
I used 1 pair, and then I think I definitely had 1 spare, but I may have had 2.
I can't decide whether it's the first GIF or the second?
I mean, do you guys actually want something more subtle?
Well, as James, I think it's fucking hilarious. It's Charles that's the second one.
Okay.
So you do whatever you want to do, mate.
Odorhill?
What? The form of the what?
Should I get something a little bit less? I did heal him, Mike, for 36.
Oh, good point.
With the
yeah.
with the stew.
Wait.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, yes. Yes.
Do you want Jasmine back, or I can get something a little bit slightly less noticeable?
Well, Jasmine is handy, so what slightly less is that like actually better, or will still stand out? Because then you might as well.
Oh, they're all. Most of my options are standing out. I mean, I can call upon the great spirits from the nature itself to give my magic form.
What a Pegasus wouldn't be a problem, because if it was, for instance, a brown Pegasus, like an average horse, we could hide the wings with pretend saddlebags if we were in a town centre.
Oh, I hide something so amazing.
Because
it's not like we're trying to be. It's not like
amazing.
we're trying to be low key, is it?
Yes, that's everything we've tried to be.
I mean, I understand, considering my form, it's hard to understand, but I would also say yes.
All right.
But
I will summon.
Your choice at the end of the day. We will still love you as a friend and an ally, regardless of what you choose. That is just merely my opinion and my preference, but is not required to be acted upon for my continued friendship.
That's just
The
his
same
opinion.
The same token, but a brown variant, except the mane is exactly the same as my hair.
Oh my god.
So we're
Ooh.
matching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, you summon out Pegasus. The energy swirls around and conforms. The Fey energy births it across. And there you have Jasmine. New
Jasmine! Hey! I hope you like the new color. I try to work it a little bit, but it's best I can do. We're matching.
I'm going to run over the way and hug Jasmine and say, "Thank you for saving my life."
Aw.
Jasmine lowers her head and presses the flat of her head into your chest.
Aw.
Oh, brilliant, Pegasus. You are amazing. When we get to town, you can have any fruit or vegetable that you desire.
The wings,
Let's focus on the egg we have to bring. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say the wings begin to expand.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you let Gordo know what you you tell Gordo what you want, and I'll get it for you. And then I'm going to go to where they pointed the egg out.
Mm-hmm.
Whereabouts is it? How deep is it?
20,
that's
20 foot down in the center of the pond.
20 foot down.
Yeah, you did a great job casting underwater breathing or whatever the
Then-
spell's called.
Who cast it?
You did.
You did.
Before the
You
long
did a
rest.
great ritual cast.
No, yeah, it's a ritual cast. You can.
Oh, it's a ritual cast.
You can cast
But it lasts
20
how long?
24 hours.
Then I'm going to go down the water
Yep.
and I'm going to cast the floating disc underneath the egg.
All right. It's a little awkward casting
Yeah.
underwater. Do you want to do it as a ritual?
Yes, please.
Have you upgraded your spellbook to be protected from the elements?
Yes, I have. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Yes, I have.
In which-
I paid for it before we left. Do you remember at the university they gave me that book? I paid for it before we left the little island as one of my favours, because they were like, "Here, have two," because they had so many of them that were protected.
That is correct. Then you swim down.
Drunk James has a better memory than sober James.
It's pitch black in here, but because of your elven sight, it's in shades of grey, and you sit to the bottom. You allow the oxygen to exit your lungs, allowing you to sink to the bottom, and you have no problem breathing. And you complete the ritual. And then there's a flash of silvery light as a disc emerges directly beneath the egg.
And then I'm going to slowly walk out of the water, because if it's too heavy, the disc will dissipate without damaging the material. So does it follow as I move?
You move 20 feet away, which brings you out of the water. Then you move 25 feet away. Hard to tell. So you move 40 feet away, and you guys see the crest of an egg protruding out the water as a disc begins floating. As the disc only follows you if you are more than 20 feet away from it.
Cool.
So, with you 40 feet, you move 40 feet away, and then the disc comes out of the water. It struggles to lift. I will say that it's just on because of the surface area and the amount of water it's uplifting.
Oh, true.
I'm not sure on how heavy water is, but I'm going to allow it.
If I'd need to recast it and then move it bit by bit, I don't mind.
I would probably say that you are throwing out some shape
Control.
water.
Yeah, to keep the area hydrophobic.
Yes, exactly. But you are able to do it and raise it out of the water. You guys have a Hydra egg on a platform, cut maybe 3 feet off the ground. The disc floats, and there is an egg there. Unsure of its weight, Charles, you get the feeling that it's probably on the upper end and not worth trying any extra.
Okay, yeah. This weighs between 350 to
500.
480 pounds, guys. So I think that's even too heavy for Jasmine.
Yeah.
I mean, Jasmine's strong, but she's not that strong.
No. My disc is, I can feel in my energy draw that this is very heavy and on the borderline of my abilities.
So we're gonna walk with it, or
We can walk. It will follow us for an hour, but it takes 5 minutes to
10
cast.
minutes.
10 minutes? No, one action. 6 seconds.
As a
It's a
ritual,
ritual
it's
cast.
10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes is a ritual. Okay, no worries. So, we need to stop every 50 minutes for 10 minutes so I can recast the disc exactly underneath the current disc so we don't crack the egg.
yeah.
So maybe give it, actually, we walk for 45 minutes. Give me that extra couple of minutes to make sure I can align the disc perfectly, not to damage it,
Good
because I'm sure the value. You know,
All right.
I want to make sure this is a very delicate thing, and I might need the two of you, and even Jasmine, holding it and making sure it doesn't fall left or right once I recast it. This egg is value, is in it being pristine, I'm assuming.
So, the marching order out of here has to be at the back, relatively, the disc. Ahead of the disc has to be Charles, 21 feet in front.
Yes, Gordo. Do you mind asking Jasmine to be behind the egg in case anything tries to come up from behind? Otherwise, all this effort is worth nothing. Because she can communicate with you telepathically.
She says she doesn't mind, specifically that she respects you and thinks you're amazing, but a little distance, from you might be behoove her.
Awesome. And maybe somebody 20 foot in front, so we know what's coming.
Brindle.
Okay.
Oh, I got it, behoove.
Thank you. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Oh, that took
Okay, someone got it. While Charles is getting that situated, since we're probably not going to come back for the Hydra, not specifically, or when we are, it might take some time.
Anyone want to give
I
me
wanna
a
start-
survival or nature roll to estimate how long it's going to take to get back to Oldham at the pace that you guys are setting out with the recasts?
18.
James, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Your rolls, man.
Oderhild. It's going to take 12 hours.
Half a day, guys.
With that roll, Mike,
Mm-hmm.
I have 4 level 1 spell slots.
Yep.
If I were to use all 4 level slots to be able to do it in that much quicker, what sort of time would that change?
If you were to not... So you're asking for 40 minutes. Well, you said 15 each. So you're asking... That cut off an hour.
Cut half an hour.
Yeah. Because you're exchanging an action for 15 minutes.
Okay. 4.
Charles?
Is this a spell that if I cast at a higher level lasts longer, like locate object, or not?
No.
That's fine if it doesn't. Okay. If you don't want me to fight, I can do this in 1 hour and 35 minutes quicker without, if that's important.
Does the disc have a speed?
My speed.
Your speed.
Yes, it will follow 20 feet behind me, regardless of the speed that I go, but it will not travel upwards.
It won't travel upwards.
No.
Okay.
So if I were to fly on Jasmine, we would have to fly at ground level. Otherwise, the disc would dispel. And what would be awkward is we're traveling through forest. So we need to make sure that we can go through trees that will fit the disc. Because the disc is, if I check, let me just put it up here for everyone to see. 3 foot by 3 foot. So needs to have a 3 foot gap at any one time.
Yeah, but you shouldn't run because it's an egg.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind then.
So technically, if I was to be on Jasmine, if she could fly at ground level at whatever speed she flew at, or I dashed for 12 hours.
No, you shouldn't dash.
No,
It's an
no,
egg,
I'd
we'll
exhaust
roll
myself.
off. Well,
We're not-
we'll
we're-
also just fall off.
We're not in too particular hurry, so I think it's just better safe than sorry.
But 12 hours is still a long time for me to walk. Last time
I-
we tried to walk anywhere near that time, I nearly...
Just use
Nearly
your
passed out.
spells. Because honestly, you're just on egg guard duty. Even if we get attacked, I mean, I feel like you should watch the egg.
Okay.
So just use your spells for that.
Okay. No worries. Then, Mike, I will use my 11 spell slots that I've got
To
to cast them immediately to get there an hour and 45 minutes sooner.
okay.
Love it.
45. So what we're saying, we're knocking so 10 hours. 10 hours.
Yeah.
15. Okay.
No, you said. Oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, 15 minutes for each spell slot. So that's 165 minutes, which is 2 hours and...
Yeah, so like-
I'm too drunk to do
it's like-
math.
So like 9 hours and change. Almost 10 hours. A little bit less than 10 hours.
Yeah,
It's if it's 11 spell slots and you cut 11 times
15.
15 out, then it's 2 hours and 45 minutes that you cut off. So it's
Yeah.
9 hours and 15 minutes.
9 hours and
Left.
15 minutes. Yep.
Cool. And since we're at a slower, well, since we're watching the egg and all, Audrey will be keeping an eye out.
All right.
Our party.
Who's leading the way? Who's honing the path back?
Brindle?
And does anyone have any
Right.
abilities that help them on the way back?
In the 45 minutes I'm generally walking, I'm going to be looking out for trouble. And then the 15 minutes, otherwise I'll be casting. Oh no, I won't be. Yeah, no, sorry. For the first 3 hours, I'll just be looking out for trouble.
Okay. In which case, I need. I'll just go with the average survival rolls from everyone.
Good
Ooh.
job, James.
Highest roll so far. Before that, my highest roll was a 10. So Mike's enjoying this on my poor rolling, because in our other campaign I rolled also 6 natural ones, but I was a rogue, so they didn't count.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. You guys start making your way through the woods. Every now and again, you guys stop. You hear noises. You prepare yourselves, and you keep moving. As you start making your way through, you come to different things. There are animals within these woods. There are wolves. You hear them and you see their tracks. You come across smaller beings and others that linger within. Dark entities that cling to the shadows, as this place is not a friendly place. This is not a stroll through the British countryside. This is truly wildland in a thick forest of untouched nature for 100 years minimum. And there are beasts within here. And you avoid all of them. Making your way through with a glowing disc behind you, with recast going through, you eventually, after a long travel of 10 hours, so what are we at? We're, you guys woke up by morning, so let's say you woke up at a solid 7 a.m. 3 hours till 12. 6 p.m. It's getting dusk.
Cool.
As you start to leave the woods. The city isn't too far off. You start to see the land around it and the scattering buildings. You start to move your way through as you are within an hour of the city's inner limits. So you're at the very edge of the city and you have left the woods, succeeding on your trek through the woodland. It is now dusk.
Quick question, Mike.
Mhm.
Would the egg fit in the dome?
Yeah. The egg is 5 foot tall and 3 foot across. It takes up a space as a person.
Okay. Oh.
So,
Let's rest here.
oh,
I'm out of spells. I'm exhausted from walking so far. Imagine if we tried to push through now and something happened and we dropped the egg after this 10-hour trek.
I mean, we should go into the city with the egg when it's not busy. So, during the night. Honestly, we don't want it to get.
Even if we were to take
We
a
also avoid drunkards.
even if we were to take a short break, I just
No, that's fine. I'm just thinking
Yeah.
about going into the city because
you're right.
first of all, there are guards and they, like last time, they will inspect it and probably say something about this.
You're right.
So, should
Can we just
you
take an
guys...
hour's break?
Well, I mean, you might as well wait here with Gordo, I don't know, and me and Brindle try to go meet Lord Creighton and meet you back here.
I think you and Gordo would be better because you want someone who can talk, who can charm, and Gordo is definitely one that can do that. I'll stay with Brindle.
Thank
I'll
you.
take
I
this
need
as
his-
an,
I need his awesome new crossbow to help me defend the egg.
I'll take this as an insult towards my talking, but alright.
No, I just think you and Brindle could be a particularly interesting combo. it's nothing to do with you. It's more that Brindle needs a certain taming around you. You respect Lord Creighton, don't you? You really like him, and you value him and his opinion of us.
What does a 20 insight tell me, James?
Okay. That Charles is slightly worried about you, but he's more worried about Brindle and how he generally tends to overreact or tend to be more of a difficulty in terms of important people, like he has already been to Lord Creighton and like he was to the Baroness of the little island, whose name I forget because I'm drunk. Holbeck. You know,
Fair
he was
enough.
really awkward for everybody important. Brindle has been a little bit of a dick, so I'd rather you take order.
Makes sense.
I do look up to Lord Creighton.
Yeah, so I know you
Alright,
won't do anything silly, so I'm not worried about you on that.
Alright. Gordo, does that sound reasonable to you? We try to meet Lord Creighton and probably arrange some kind of card with him for the egg?
That sounds fantastic.
Alright. Let's go.
Before you go,
Yes.
remember, this would be worth an exorbitant amount on the private market. He may show it off, but it doesn't give him right to the egg. Or if he wants to purchase it, he can. Just remember, we can get a lot of money for this. Maybe even pop into the university first, get an idea of what they would be willing to pay for it, to see that we can get a large amount of capital for it.
Yeah, I agree. Alright.
Awesome. And then I'm going to cast the hut, and I'm going to rest.
Cool, and we'll head into the city.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys head into the city, making your way through the streets. Where are you heading?
Lord Creighton's Manor.
Yeah, I think we should go there first. We can always inquire about the wharf.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Don't worry about it. As you head through, you head to the armory. Right?
Yep.
Heading through. Nighttime combat's going on. Training, battle grids, people fighting, sparring, just like you've seen before in the outer courtyards. As you approach, no one really pays any heed to you as you make your way to the front door.
I will open it like I've done 1,000 times.
Yeah. And you walk inside.
Ariel gives you a look but follows.
Okay, you're inside.
Do I see anybody I know?
Not in the front door, but you can explore if you wish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, give me an investigation as you start exploring the house.
10.
You see two people that you know. I'll let you pick.
I see. I see the Dragonborn, and I see Gregory.
Okay. So, as you come across, it's the Dragonborn that you see first. It's, hello, Gordo. Looks towards.
Hey, sure can.
Looks towards Oderhild. What are you two doing together?
She's my bodyguard. You know, she keeps me safe. If you know what I mean.
Yes, I bet.
But hey, have you seen Lord Creighton around?
What, here?
Yeah.
No.
Do you know where he is? We're trying to find him.
Best of luck finding him here. He'll be at home by now.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I've actually never been to his estates personally. Can you give me some general directions?
You need to complete your first quest. Ugh. Yeah, sure. Goes across. Heads across into one of the rooms, opens it, and as you open it, it's a classroom. The walls aren't of a classroom, but it has been retrofitted into a classroom-like environment. And he grabs a parchment and starts writing an address on, and then folds it up and hands it to you.
Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. I'll make sure that Dinner's on me tonight, okay?
Oh, another side of spaghetti would be absolutely fantastic. I look forward to it.
You got it, big man.
No worries.
I'm gonna try and punch him as hard as I can,
Doesn't react.
but yeah. Next time.
Ardehild fights the urge not to punch him as well. The hand goes up and then like the other hand puts it down again.
I love it. There. We'll go to the address.
Okay. You guys start exploring
Right.
town. Yep. As you start exploring through the town, it's again a busy city and takes a while to get anywhere. And you don't know this city, so you're trying to follow the instructions of the directions you were given, and they're okay, and you're trying to find your way. But as I say, just trying to explain, you can't get anywhere quickly in this city. Until eventually you come across this like fantastical estate. You see a long driveway that winds and bends until it reaches a manor house, a huge courtyard out front with this like fantastic sort of large statue of a dragon. But the dragon has an extendedly long tail that leaves the plinth that it sat on and curls all the way around until it meets its base. Its wings are hooked at the top and long down, and it sits proudly looking out. Now, through pure fluke, you recognise this type of dragon as a pseudo-dragon, but this statue is like 20 feet tall. But yeah, you can ignore this and you make it towards the front door. Once again, it has an arcane chime.
Well, excuse me, Mike. Is the statue made out of gold?
It's made out of stone.
Does it watch us as we walk past?
It does not.
Look at it. Okay.
You keep an eye on it, but no, it is just a statue.
Damn it. All right.
I love it. I ring the arcane chime.
Okay. An elderly gentleman, one that you've recognised. You've come across Heskel before. And, oh, good evening.
Excuse me. I was wondering if Lord Creighton's in. It's the night walkers, stalkers.
Walkers.
Night walkers.
Walkers. Yeah.
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 We're trying to inquire about something.
Right. Well, your name seems to persist. Please come in.
Thank you.
And he shows you to a waiting room where you're able to wait and sit before he disappears up, leaving you alone in this space. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I'm assuming this is a ritzy place, right?
So ritzy.
So there's a decanter filled with like dark brandy in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm gonna give myself a taste, and I'm gonna pour a healthy glass for Odahild.
Okay. Odahild, you see that in this space there is a cabinet, and Gordo walks up to it. It's unlocked. It pulls out a large glass container of brandy. Pours out 2 glasses, one very large one, and hands it to you.
Gordo, no. This is Lord Creighton's. Oh, your glasses.
I'm gonna gently shake it like
No, we're at Lord Creighton's establishment. This is not right. You only drink once you're being offered by someone of his status.
You're so right. As I sit down and it's delightful. I'm gonna place it right in front of her.
Ariel goes to the other side of the room and does her like guard stance with her hands behind her back, shaking her head at Gordo.
Parade rest. Right. And we'll just wait for Lord Creighton.
Okay. You hear something, a flutter. Don't see anything. And there at the sort of like there's a staircase that leads up to a large balcony that overlooks this area, and it is just a waiting area. Looks over upon it, and you see it's Lord Creighton. Good evening. Looks at you, Gordo. Join me upstairs.
Hello, sir. Yes, sir.
And he backs up.
I'll place the glass down gently.
When Otherhild sees Creighton, she will do like a light bow and then follow.
Okay.
You guys head up the stairs. You see that there is a sort of like an office. A door's been left open, and Lord Creighton's now just adjusting his chair as he sits behind a large table. There's paperwork over it, but it's been shuffled and set neatly across. There's inks and quells, as well as some minor arcane items. You'd imagine, but aren't familiar with these items, but are most likely just things to improve or make someone of such wealth their day slightly easier with whatever effects they might have. So, as you guys walk in, what do I owe the pleasure to such a late night evening?
Yes, first of all, our apologies for visiting so late. We have a lot to report, though. Gordo?
Yes, well, a couple things. I would very much like to say thank you for seeing us such an hour. I know you're quite a busy man.
You hear that noise
As
again,
we informed...
as something moves, flashes in behind you, as Haskell then shuts the door, and then it moves around the room.
I'm going to quickly look around the room to make sure I don't see like a smiling cat.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Uh-oh. Okay, I think I know what it is, but...
There is a camouflage figure.
I'm going to look at it.
Yeah.
Um,
As you see it travel around the edge of the wall and down towards Lord Creighton, it then leaps off as the chameleonic effect shifts and changes until it turns black and lands on his shoulder, and it's a pseudo dragon.
oh, thank God. My spoon raised slightly as, okay. Oh, sorry, I'm a little jumpy. As you remember, we got word that there was a bandit outbreak to the east of the woods of not too far from here, and
Yes.
we, as a party.
He leans to the table and opens a drawer and pulls out a newspaper and throws it towards you. Your front page.
I'm gonna lift up the paper.
Yeah. As you look at it, Lord Creighton's Adventuring Company do once again to set sail and defeat the banditry and attacks across the coast. Only in a matter of days will it be quenched forever in the latest push against the darkness.
God. The paper is not inaccurate. We are attempting to solve the bandit issue, but the lead we were given was inaccurate. However, there is news which I think you might find interesting as well as quite valuable. Instead of the bandit location there, we did find a Hydra.
You have his full
Bat-
attention.
We
Also-
battled it.
It's dead now.
Yes.
A,
We battled it ruthlessly and we came out victorious.
a Hydra is quite the difficulty. A beast of legend and destruction. What on earth was it doing so close to Oldham?
That is a question, definitely. It seems
Well-
like it was...
If I may briefly interrupt you, Gordo.
Of course.
And Underhill will pull out the diary of Felicia. Is there a date from one of the entries where it spoke about that they were hiding from the Hydra?
Yeah, it would be about 6 months ago.
Okay, so she will put it on there and say, like, it seems about 6 months ago it was definitely already there. People were hiding in that cave. I don't know if the name Felicia rings any bells. Let me see. Felicia... I wrote it down somewhere. Damn it. Well, it's in the front.
Roget.
There you go, Felicia Roget. Anyways, here's her diary. It, like I said, it appears they were blocked in by it and unable to escape from it.
He starts thumbing through it, just glancing at the pages, but not really spending the time to read it.
Regardless, we thought it would be our wisest choice to bring this to you first, considering it seemed they might have been doing some kind of arcane experiments there. And, well, we don't know exactly what's going on in those aspects around this area, but if it is something that's perhaps of a less legal nature, it seemed like we should bring it to you.
No. And for that, I do appreciate the sentiment. In truth, I'm not surprised. Illegal experimentation, banditry, and monsters. The lands outside of the cities are growing worse and worse with every coming week. The wildlands, as they are now known to the populace, are becoming more wild. It's my duty to put a stop to it and end this so civilization and peoples can live in peace. I'm glad you were able to do this and kill this, glance at the paper, Felicia. But it's just one drop in an ocean of evil.
Talking about that, Felicia was not the Hydra, first of all. The Hydra was just the Hydra blocking people like Felicia in. And as I may point out, it seems Felicia has done something. Here it says she writes she has an idea, and we don't know exactly what this means. All we know is that when we went inside the cave that the Hydra was blocking, there was something evil hiding inside there as well, which seemed to be Felicia, but in a very different form.
Right.
Of course, once we told her the Hydra was killed, she was gone.
Right.
Yeah.
Just another mission, right, sir? Just one more thing we have to squinch out to keep everyone safe.
Indeed.
And although you are correct that we did not stop the bandit leaders, which personally we believe that we were lied to about. We believe that we were sent there to our deaths or misconstrued of the information. There is silver linings in multiple degrees here.
You see his expression goes a little glum.
I believe that it would look fantastic for you to boast that your adventuring company was able to defeat a Hydra so close to town, which we're in the process of going to go back to, and cut off a head maybe, put it on a pike might look very interesting to the voters.
Indeed, he perks back up. Without a trophy, it's worthless. It's just hearsay. But if you are able to provide a body, heads, skulls, any form, claws, then this is usable. If you are certain...
Even an egg?
Oh, an egg would be perfection. If
you give us some guards and some caravan to protect outside of town.
Oh, I can do better than guards in a caravan. He leans back in his chair and his fingers come to steeple in front of him. Small smile curls up. You have this egg. This isn't such a we'll go and get it. You have it, yes?
Correct.
He smiles again, returning back to this fingers steepling. How about a parade?
Sounds good to me.
He starts to lick his lips, and you see the devilish tongue sort of slip out as a cog's turn behind his eyes. It's, yes, this will be perfect. I can set forward a parade, a party of sorts, make a big deal out of it, make sure the press is there. We'll see. Escort of my adventurers will join you and present this to the city. And of course, I would ask credit on such an endeavour, but I will pay you. Such things, feats, are ones that I understand freelance individuals like yourselves would want to hold dearly, but I would appreciate such subtleties.
I personally don't mind Gordo, but I personally don't mind putting it in saying it was under order and executed by the Creighton Adventuring Company. I mean, of course, partly we would like to live on the Nightwalker's name, but if we can be part of the parade, I don't think this is too big of a deal towards us. However, what's more important to us is that, I'll be frank, we can sell the egg. We understand it has a great value. Would you agree with this, Gordo, or...?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a living egg of a Hydra, a legendary creature. What could this mean to an Arcanist, perhaps? Or, I mean, with all due respect, I mean, what possibly could happen? It was
I would feel
quite interesting.
uncomfortable if such an entity was to be allowed to hatch.
I mean,
I think that would be quite negative, especially if we are to make a big song and dance about this, and then word gets out that a Hydra was birthed within the city. If it was ever to be found that this Hydra that we brought in was birthed and was used for malicious intent, I would be quite unnerved.
of course, but there are other entities that might be finding this interesting, is all we're noting. That through either experimentation or through means of alchemy, I'm sure that Hydra blood and its magical resonance might be interesting. All we're noting is that, at least personally, I don't need the recognition, but the Nightwalkers would need proper compensation
I understand.
for something so valuable.
We fully agree that letting out another Hydra would not be wanted.
Of course.
So that's definitely a no for us as well. But if it's something the what's inside before it gets hatched that can be used for potions.
Tell you what,
All right.
I will loan this egg off you for the parade, and you take it to my friend at Marrow's Vineyard. He is an alchemist, one that would be interested in such things. I have the peace of mind that he would destroy it in his experimentations. I also am confident that he will purchase it off you for a fee that I would not be willing to spend, but would be more than happy that you gained.
In your Kindle library.
What?
What was that?
That was an Alexa scaring the shit out of me once again.
That's hilarious. Just some random women electronic. It's if you, do you know what? If the Terminators were to ever arise, Mike,
Oh, they're
you
already
would
here.
die
Oh,
because
that-
the rest of us would just go, "Oh, it's Alex again," as he was being brutally murdered by a female Terminator.
Oh, absolutely.
It's great.
I don't know. It scares me all the time. As he finishes, so, would you be interested?
This sounds reasonable to me, under one condition that you can provide us with a card for transport.
Indeed.
For the
I would
app.
also provide you with guards. It's not one I would allow to pass where it could be seized.
That
That's
sounds
understood.
perfect to me.
Would you also be under the idea of protecting such a creature if this is the same? If I'm not mistaken, the same ally that might be having some difficulties with the potions, correct?
I don't think it is. Marrow's Vineyard and the other one was it Costock?
The ghost
This
dog?
is a different alchemist friend, correct? Of yours, Lord Kraden?
It
It's
is
not
indeed.
Oberon
Okay.
Torque?
Okay.
Right.
Oberon lives in Costock. He's a doctor.
Yes.
Would it be possible to help us ship this this item as well with some of your guards?
A wagon will be more than capable of being supplied. That's not petty change.
Yes.
Understood.
What is the name of your friend so we can find him in Marrow's Vineyard?
That name is Orfwood Smeltmane. He's a dwarvish individual. He has the Smeltmane alchemical store in Marrow's Vineyard. He applies the relevant effects into their particular blend of wines.
Interesting. Alright, anything else, Gordo?
No, I think that's fine. This is a very large egg, just to make sure. It stands about 5 feet tall. It's about 3 feet wide. It weighs about up to 500 pounds. We're not too exactly sure on the specifics, but it is big.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well,
One more question. I happened to hear a conversation of one of your opponents in the run for council. I reported this to someone in your barracks. Did it happen to... Well, probably it's below your...
Please, Odehild, explain.
I overheard a conversation of the Tabaxi fellow, Fodo Jaramuchi. You know the one.
Yes.
he's-
A coy smile, very, very tight-lipped smile. Now,
He seemed to mention something about... well, it's really came down to corruption, to be honest.
I am not surprised. He is an individual of disdain. We often clash on certain ideals and business opportunities.
Yes, I actually... he said something about it wasn't going to plan and he was going to send someone to speak to Unsucks. I don't know if I heard the name right. Because, as he said, a dirty laundry needed to be dealt with. So it seemed something that you might be able to catch him on. They were looking for
wouldn't
outside sources to help.
know anything about any organizations with any names that rhymed with Unsocks. Anyone see her?
Okay. Oh,
Of course
oh,
not.
I think he knows something.
Anyways, yeah, there was a guy that was very clearly with him who had thinning hairline, bald spot, and a very obvious burn mark on his face.
Which side?
Shit. I think it was the left.
It was. Jabbar Flatbend.
There you go.
I know him. Didn't
Well, it
give you-
just seemed something worth noting.
didn't give you any trouble, did he?
I made sure to stay out of sight as much as I could and not seem like their kind of trouble. They were meeting at some shitty inn near the docks.
Right.
Anyways, it just seemed worth noting. Maybe it was something you'd be able to cut him off on.
I will always appreciate any intel that you can give me on what certain criminal entities are doing within the city. It's no secret that when my gaze takes me away from the darkness of outside civilization, it will then be brought down upon the darkness within it.
Alright, well... think that's it, Grotto?
Just one more quick thing. Do you happen to have our fruit's number? I would. We're planning to actually go back to these sites and harvest the Hydra that we've killed, and we would like to know actually what items might be of particular value or interest to somebody in alchemical practice.
Reaches across, goes into the drawer, pulls out a book, very much like an address book. Yes. Presents you with it.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate this. Would it perhaps bother you to actually use another cart for the removal, the transportation of the Hydra?
Where was it again?
Well, we have the egg very close to town, but the Hydra body itself is too big to move, so it's back in the forest.
I don't know how a wagon's going to get through there.
That's fair.
All right. Maybe a car, something smaller than a wagon. Maybe a cart that we could perhaps utilize, or we could just purchase one. I'm assuming they don't cost too much.
I would struggle providing you with anything of small nature, but if once within the city, if you require anything of larger, to loan or otherwise, I'd be happy to assist.
All right.
I assume that you've been doing this over the 2 days and have not had time to make it down to the coast dock yet.
No, that is
Southern
correct.
Knots.
No worries. Have you been in touch with Oriana?
We were planning to stop by Kostock and your friend on our way down, and then bring her carts to Shipton, and then meet up with her again. So no.
No worries.
Well, it seems all is concluded then.
Indeed, it has been eye-opening. I will present plans in the early morning for an evening parade. A bit of a song and dance, short notice, so sure to bring people out. About midday, if it's all right with you, would you be able to send word to Askel? He'll be here.
Eskel was that?
The butler.
That sounds fine.
Perfect. In which case, he will then join you and meet up with you for a 6 o'clock arrival into town.
All right.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
Last of all, I just want you to know, in case when we do bring the egg to your friend, in case it does go bad, I want you to know, I personally stand with you in banning all these creatures. So if it goes bad, I'll personally take care of the egg.
He smiles. Thank you, Odahild. I'm glad I picked you. I'm glad I picked all of you.
So are we.
Right. Well, if it's all right with you, I am getting old and I am getting tired.
Of course. Have a good evening.
You too. Gordo,
Yes.
take the glass with you on the way out.
I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So I'll go back and pick up the glass.
Yeah, so on the way down, you head down the stairs, you pass the table, you grab the glass, and you head out the front door.
Is it good brandy at least?
Oh my god, it's so fucking good.
All right, at least, yeah. Oderhilt. If we are going to harvest this Hydra, I need to get word to Arfrud, at least rather quickly. So why don't you meet up with the caravan to lead them to Charles and Brindle, and I'm also going to see if I can purchase some jars or some empty bottles, maybe for some of the blood if that's useful, and I'll meet up with you guys later.
Sure.
Okay.
So it's 6 in the... Well, it's probably like more like 7 in the evening now. What do you want to do? Do you want to do something first, or do you want to head back to Charles?
I'm gonna head back to Charles.
Okay. You make it.
And I'll inform Charles about the caravan and the parade into town, and
Awesome.
promise
So he even recommended a buyer, and for
yes.
him throwing a party for the egg, he will literally loan us a cart and guards to get it to a place we can sell
Yeah.
it, sell it.
Yeah, he doesn't want it to fall in bad hands, so of course he will.
Amazing.
Yep.
Awesome. That's very good. If that was the worry, I could literally pierce a very small hole in it and scramble the egg from the inside right now. But if it's for his alchemist buddy, I'm probably sure it'd be better or more valuable alive. So I will
Yeah, let's
hold
just
off.
keep it as it is for now. Yep.
Okay.
In case something does happen, I will just cut it. Just, you know.
Perhaps let me warning beforehand, because there's still the opportunity of the small hole and me filling the inside of it with flame, rather than necessarily destroying the whole thing. But yes, I'm glad you're there in case things get out of hand. I'd rather you be punching it than it punching me.
Oh. Thank you. You had a good rest.
How long were they gone, Mike?
It was 7 o'clock when they left. It probably took them 8 o'clock till they got back to you. So,
An hour.
2.
No.
It took them an hour to get there. They spoke for 15 minutes, an hour back. So,
Good, good. I'm feeling much better. So if we wanted to move slightly closer to the city limits, I'd be up for that. But if we're happy staying here, we can fortify this position instead.
Yeah, I think we might as well stay here, to be honest. And Gordo also knows we're here.
Mike, how far out of the city limits are we?
probably about a 15-minute walk. You can see the city, it's massive.
I can see the city good, so it's not like there's going to be rows of bandits this close to the city walls. Cool.
Highly unlikely.
I'm happy here. I'm looking forward to Gordo bringing us back some food, hopefully, after all day walking, and hopefully an ale or two. That would be lovely.
So, what is Gordo doing?
I'd like to quickly message Arfred about basically make contact and ask him what parts are useful on a Hydra.
Okay, so so you're going to a sending station, which is like a post
Correct.
office. You are asked to write a 20 word letter, and they will send it off.
Is it like sending, or is it like...
They are most likely using the sending spell, but you write a letter, you give it to a guy, he casts sending to another guy at another tower, who then writes the letter out, who then posts it to the guy. It is for very long distance travel.
Okay.
Rather than
And-
posting a letter waiting by horse to get to another country, you can just get a letter straight to their nearest tower, and then...
that is the message I'm sending, or close to it. Laura Creighton provided this number. Would you, or try this number? Would you want to purchase Hydra parts and egg? Please reply with specific parts needed.
Okay.
And then Gordo, Nikari.
Anything else?
I would like to purchase
Anything
empty
else
or
on that letter? I want Matt to tell me, is there anything else you want to add to that letter?
Laura Creighton provided with this number. Would you want to purchase a Hydra parts and egg? If so, please reply with specific parts needed. Do I have a number, or like if you wanted to reply back?
No, you don't.
Okay. I would have to set one up, wouldn't I?
Yeah, and this late in the evening, that booth is closed.
Okay.
Oh,
I would ask to reply to Lord Creighton.
Okay,
To Lord Creighton. That way, at least I can somebody know.
done. So you're right, yeah, because like the clerk behind the counter's like looking at this like
Oh,
mechanical clock.
Odor has a number.
She does.
I do.
Isn't it like 6666669 or something?
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
See, I knew I picked a good number. It came full
So yeah,
circle.
the guy,
does.
they have this like ticking mechanical clock on the wall, and the guy's like watching it as you're writing this, and he looks at it and goes, "Are you sure you want this to be your letter? It's a bit like."
Yeah. Could you also add the address of 66669 as a reply to?
Sure. Writes that on, folds it up, and then takes it into another room. You don't imagine the guy that you're just speaking to is versed in the arcane, but most likely there is
Right.
someone else. You do see though, as he points out where it's going, and there's like a map on the wall. As he sort of points towards it, he points out that the letter will be going to the city of Ramshorn. Which I will. You guys are on the right map, right? I think you are.
yeah,
The actual map, yeah.
we are.
Oh,
Murray's
Fuck.
Vineyard. Ooh, up there.
Nearest tower is Ramshorn.
all right. Well, it's not going to help us immediately, but then I'll say, thank you very much, and then I'll I will leave, and I'll try and go just buy some
Wait.
glass jars.
Where's Ramshaw?
He does charge you for
Yeah.
50 silver pieces.
All right.
That's Ramshaw, the one without a name.
Oh, can you not see it?
Well, I can see the
You can't see
city,
the name.
but not a name. And there's a city up here in the mountains as well, without a name.
Ooh. Boop.
But that one's got a dock, even though it's in the middle of the.
Correct.
Ramshaw North.
Oh, exciting!
Yep.
Then just several jars and different glass containers for maybe some organs or blood. I'm not sure how much that would cost.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Cool.
Even though that's a really good roll, 18. We're all rolling really poorly because that's like an 11.
32 silver
Okay, so-
pieces for everything that you think that you will need.
Okay, fantastic. Now, should I? I will buy a 6-pack as well, or a handful of ales.
Okay. They don't, yeah, because they don't have
'Cause-
canned, pressurized
Yeah.
drinks. But they do have corked. What are they called? Like water skin sacks. So yeah, ale sacks.
Yeah.
I guess.
Ale sack sounds so gross.
It does, doesn't it? Or an ale skin. Water skin.
An ale skin. Ugh.
Yes.
However much that costs, I don't know.
Ales 4 silver. Probably 6 silver each.
Okay, 36 over. I'll buy a 6-pack. 30. Yeah. All right, and then I'll return to everybody.
Cool. Yeah, so you guys have been talking, chilling out at this little campsite that you've set on the very edge of town where the trees are behind you and the city is beginning to open out in front of you and there's houses around and there's this weird blend where the houses finish but then the wildlands start away from the main city, and as you guys are just chilling out, Gordo eventually arrives.
All right. So I got ale. Let's say shake. The ale I have.
Yes. Oh my god,
will keep-
I almost couldn't stand the temptation of the brandy. I'll give it.
I'll give each one of us one, and then I'll put the other 3 in front of Oderhilt. Other 2 in front of Oderhilt.
Yes.
Now these are this isn't like a tankard full. This is actually like a 2-liter bottle. You know.
Oh my god.
Yes.
We're gonna get
Like,
toasted.
Gordo, are the other 3 bottles not one each?
So there's 6. So I gave each one of everyone has 1. So there's 2 other remaining.
2
There's 5
remaining.
of us, right?
Those should be
Then I'll
shared,
give.
not Oderhild exclusive, surely.
You're 100% right about that. How could I forget to not to share?
I'm feeling.
Oh, Jasmine,
Celebrating.
are you thirsty?
No.
Does Jasmine drink ale, Mike?
Hoof trots once.
Well, great. I'm gonna tilt it back and let her sip at it. Love it.
Okay.
I'm gonna get my magical Pegasus drunk
She's
on
not
a
sleeping
2-liter
in the,
bottle.
in the magical
Man.
hut. She's drinking.
Okay.
Ask.
Can everyone give me a performance roll just to represent how the alcohol allowed you to enjoy the evening?
Not very well, apparently.
So 20.
Sounds about right.
Why do I roll an 18 now that it's actually.
Okay, so just for a bit of fun, you guys are sat round. You make a campfire?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep the hut up at all times with the
Okay.
egg and
You're in the
So if
you're
I
in the domed
sit
area.
in the doorway of the hut. That is fine for me.
So you're probably like, if you think about it, you're probably sat on somebody's land, but there is a dome of invulnerability around you. And you start a very small fire that you could roast a few marshmallows on, and you start drinking the ale. And you guys, for the most part, have a good evening. The ale itself doesn't sit with you too well. You've had much nicer stuff, Gordo, especially after drinking that brandy. The ale just tastes like shit. But you smile, you can enjoy it. It doesn't ruin the evening. It's just the ale doesn't do anything for you. But you look across, and Oderhild is having the best time ever. During the evening, before you can rest, allow the decompression of what happened yesterday to go, and everything that was involved with this morning and yesterday, from meeting a gold dragon to defeating a hydra to seeing whatever the fuck that Felicia was. Having a great time. And then you look across and you see Charles is pretty buzzed. And Bryn was out like a light. Is there anything that you guys want to roleplay in this moment, or do you want to move till morning?
I'm just happy to see Charles tipsy. I'm tapping my foot because you never
was
get tipsy.
a fantastic day. I have met an actual dragon who owes me a favor. Sorry, owes us a favor. Like, this is phenomenal. I have a fucking hydra egg next to me. This has been a good day. Nobody died. We have all succeeded. I'm slightly more terrified of Brindle than I was when I woke up this morning. But this is good.
As Arhild is standing by a tree dancing to no music.
I love it. I'm good. I'm just happy, smiling, laying back.
Okay.
Oh, Gordo.
Yes.
Gordo.
Yeah. Hey.
Do you remember he had a pet? He was so cute. Did you see it? Oh.
I did. I was about to smite it too with my crazy arcane magic, but I held back.
Smite a perfectly innocent animal, you bastard, you.
I heard the crawling and I was terrified. I thought it was that crazy cat thing again.
It was so cute. Can I in the future? I want one. Can we get one? I want one.
No.
Do you know where we can get one? Where do they live? Where are they born? Who are their mommies and daddies?
Apparently, we can just curse somebody and they'll become one.
Oh, and I can bestow curses.
Please
You're
don't.
so right.
Please
no?
don't. No.
This is such a good idea, though.
That's a terrible idea. Please don't.
Do you hear that? It's music. Oh! And she starts dancing again.
Oderhild might have just become my favourite character.
I mean, that's just because Alex isn't here. I mean, Brindle.
Has anyone seen Disenchanted?
Yes.
I'm getting some vibes from Oderhild.
Putting that on my to-watch list.
It's not very good.
That's
all right.
okay.
Season 1 was okay. Season 2's not so good.
Okay. So, eventually you guys fall to rest. And morning comes. So what's the plan, guys?
So when did Lord Creighton say the carts would be here to pick up the egg?
He said that at midday we should give Escal the butler word and he would join us for a 6 p.m. arrival in town.
6 p.m. So we've got to look after this all day.
So I think Escal will help us with the cards and set it up. Considering there's quite a few hours between midday and 6 p.m.
Oh. Yes, perhaps we could spend the day doing other things. Gordo, I know that you wanted to harvest some items from the Hydra. Perhaps you and Oderhild or you and Brindle could get on Jasmine and ride there much quicker, harvest what's required and come back to us while we looked after the egg.
I agree. That was what I was about to say. So yes, perfect idea. Because Mike, it would still take a significant amount of time for the letter, because I'm assuming the letter would have to go to Ramshorn, and then a runner would have to cross through 2 rivers to get to Marrow's Vineyard, right?
Yep.
Yeah. No, I mean we can. I'm just gonna guess what might be useful, and just take as much as I can, and then hopefully something that I got will be of value to him. So yeah, I'll be like, yeah.
You and Brindle did such a good job with the land shark the other time. You two should go together. I want to make sure that I watch this egg.
All right, that sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Cool.
Now, to be fair, this isn't like a task. Flying over the woods, pretty damn simple. You can get there in about 4 hours. So once again, you guys wake up. Let's say you guys did enjoy your evening a bit. So you wake up more like 10 o'clock. 2 hours will bring you to sort of the midway point. Another 2. So you're talking 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You'll get there.
Okay.
Meaning you'll get back at dusk.
Just in time for the parade.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Depending on how many seconds that you take with the Hydra, or minutes, depends on your entrance to the parade.
I mean, flying in on a Pegasus, boasting a Hydra head during a parade is pretty badass. Just making that clear.
So, that's what you're going to be doing. During the day,
Yeah.
Oderhild, Charles, what do you want to do?
Well, I have to sit here and maintain the hut to maintain the surprise.
Okay.
So I will be sitting here with the egg in the hut till 6 p.m.
Ardil will stand guard outside the hut, and at midday go to Ascal to give him word.
Okay. And then
Oh.
once you've given him
Oderhild.
word... Oh, yeah, sorry.
While you're here, would you mind if I had a look at the book that I translated for you?
Oh, right. Yeah, sure.
Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Cool. I will spend until the caravan arrive then reading the book.
Nice. Fuck.
What do you mean, fuck?
Nothing.
With my rolls, Mike, the way I've been rolling recently, you've got nothing to worry about.
Well, with your background, probably you just in general know more things than Ardil.
Yep. Okay. So, in which case, noting the time, I will ask Charles to give me a investigation roll with advantage, as it's in a language and you've got the time to read it. 24.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Oh, fancy. There's some sound effects too.
Shut up. Okay.
All right, I'm just gonna be right back in a second, guys.
All right.
Okay. Right then. So, Odehild, 12 o'clock you go off, you get Haskell.
Yeah. And he makes it clear they will come to us with a cart.
Yes, as you approach him, hello there. I understand that you are in possession of a large, invaluable object. The wagon has been procured. He leads you out and away and towards the stables where you see a large, what looks like a prison wagon. It's got the metal bars that sort of, the metal plates come up about halfway and then bars over the top. So there's no roof on it, that's barred. There's no back door, it's completely open, the doors have been removed. But there is some sort of plating towards the sides, which gives it some level of protection from any individuals that would be on the inside of it. 2 horses pull this wagon.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is correct. This is the cart to transport it in, I understand.
Indeed. This would be used for the preparations that my master is presenting forward later on this evening. I understand that you wanted to be displayed and on show, yes?
Correct.
Indeed. Well, the bars themselves are enchanted with basic glyphs. This would protect whatever is inside from any projectiles, such as stones or other items that could be thrown upon it.
Perfect. All right.
I understand the item is to be unharmed. I have
Yes.
called forth for some individuals to join you. And out comes a couple guys that were also sort of just hanging out. You saw them in here, you just didn't pay any attention. He brings them over. You see 3 humans, a tabaxi, and a black dragonborn that you recognize.
It's the guy from the barracks.
It is.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, it's a good time for me to stomp him into the ground. Ah, perfect. Thank you very much. So, you guys will be under my lead then for this part with the cart. You understand it has to be protected at all costs.
The human who sort of leads them steps forward from his like relaxed position. He stands up and sort of they're in like a V formation as he walks towards you. He's definitely at the front and he smiles. Ah, good to meet you. Extends his hand.
Adil will also extend her. Then you are.
Gregory, and he closes his hand on the other side. Yeah.
Ah, Gregory.
You see a woman sort of goes, he means well, but don't really worry about it, and sort of pulls him back away from you.
Adil gives her great tiefling smile. It's like, oh, I mean well as well. Don't worry about it.
She talks with this singular piece of wrapped tobacco. It continues to puff as she talks. Wow, that's all what we can do.
Well, you're gonna assist us in getting the cargo on the cart and protecting it. And to do that, I assume you guys will be listening to me and my fellow party members. Correct, Escal? They will be under our lead?
Indeed they will.
Alright, good.
The Dragonborn, you hear just the slightest of...
Thank you very much, Escal. It's just great. Just what we needed. Were there any other requests from Lord Creighton towards the display or the parade?
Just for it to be as big a show as possible.
That we can do.
Excellent. In which case, we have some final preparations to make, and we will be meeting you, if that is okay, at 4 o'clock.
ready for loading for a 6 o'clock arrival in the city centre.
Alright, where would you like to meet for the loading, here, or are you going to come to us?
We
We are
will-
in just about 50 minutes outside the city.
We understand it is a fragile item. We will come to you.
Alright, I will wait for you by gates then and bring you to our location at 3:45.
Indeed.
Alright.
He leaves the others there, so sort of just doing things within the area, but mainly just guarding the cart. The tabaxi says nothing. The woman continues smoking, but tries to start conversation with you. With just like, so, what is it then?
It's not in my liberty to explain right now, but as you are on the crew, you will see one of the first people to see. So consider that a gift.
Thanks very much.
Well, I mean, I didn't pick you. I suppose you should thank perhaps Lord Creighton.
Alright. She looks towards the house and bows. Way over the top. Way over the top.
You sure you like your adventuring group?
Looks back towards you. Yeah.
Yeah, then how about a little bit more respect for the one who's financing it?
Alright. Alright.
Hmm.
Spits out some tobacco. Heads back towards the stables.
Good.
Gregory sort of backs up with, "Don't mind her. She means well."
Oh, don't mind me, I mean well.
Okay. They carry on. Doing guard routes, patrolling around, guarding the stables, guarding the wagon. Okay.
The Black Dragonborn is the one that didn't pass my message, right?
He is, yeah.
I'll have a short talk with him.
Okay.
Oh, hello.
He's like guarding
We've spoken before.
Yeah, he's guarding a singular road, just keeping an eye out. You come up from behind him and... yeah.
It would appear to me that when I informed you of some important information to Lord Creighton, I had to end up telling him myself yesterday.
You weren't clear on when.
Let it be clear from now, when I say something, I mean right now. And she'll pat his shoulder. We clear? Good, that's what I thought. She'll head on.
Okay.
Not making friends, I'm absolutely happy about
You're not making friends at all.
Don't worry, they're your friends.
They're my friends.
Okay.
Thanks, Karen.
Sorry,
Love
I
it.
couldn't help myself.
Oh.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, I'm heading back.
All right.
Surely they can guard a fucking card. And meet me by the gate at 3:45.
As you make it back to Charles, as he's reading the book, we will end the session there and pick up a couple of things at the start of next session in regards to what Gordo and Brindle are doing.
Ooh.
And the parade.
Yeah.
Now, for Charles, you were successful. I'm having problems with getting the next section to you. So,
Okay,
just give me a second and I
no
will...
worries. I am not here next week.
Oh, no!
Oh,
Remember?
damn it.
It was in my message to you earlier or yesterday.
Okay, you can just send it to me.
No worries. Once you send the rest of your stuff to me.
Oh, it's because the one I sent to.
I mean, what I have is just in the. Or can you not access that? I guess it's a handout in.
I don't know. I've not read it because you hadn't wanted to share it, so I've
Oh,
purposely
fair
not read it.
Fair enough.
It's also only Odehild can read what she's discovered.
Oh,
all right.
interesting.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't bother to look because it wasn't for me to read, as you hadn't explicitly shared it.
No, that's fair. I didn't.
No, I've read it though.
Handouts for separate.
It'd be interesting to see what I managed to do in 6 hours and what you've done in like the last week and a half.
Oh, don't be mean.
It'll be hilarious.
I mean, I already made so many enemies just in the last 5 minutes. I guess I can make another.
These are all my nice friends. I want a spaghetti dinner. Shrukan.
Though I'm going to say it now as I'm not here for next week. If Lord Creighton wants fireballs shot into the sky as
As
fireworks, I am more than happy to do so.
I was absolutely
Oh.
counting on Charles to add some
And
spectacle.
magic missiles to like swirl around the car and then shoot up into the sky and stuff. I want to use all my spell slots for the parade in magical, interesting ways.
Love it.
All right, buddy. As Odehild gets back, let's see if we can make this super easy. As Odehild gets back, Odehild, you see Charles reading a section that you've not got to yet.
Damn it.
What do you do?
Oh, what was this section about? I didn't get there yet.
I know. I've just got very focused. I love to read. I'm very used to it. It's very interesting.
Do you?
Did
tell
you
her?
read the part about
Do I
the
tell her?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the spinning
it's her
wheels?
book. Of course I tell.
In which case, you both now have access to the story so far.
Cool.
Awesome. Where is
Love it.
It's in handouts under players.
Yeah.
handouts under players?
Church of the Burning Dawn.
Oh yeah.
Burning Dawning? Nice, Mike.
What?
It says Church of the Burning Dawning.
Oh no! Giant spoiler.
Awesome. Awesome.
Cool. If there are typos, spelling mistakes, or just grammar errors, fuck you. It was the priest that wrote it.
Makes sense, yeah?
Well, there was a spelling error not long ago that was actually intentional.
Yes,
So-
gang.
And play it. So
Gang is a thing.
Matt, that was a great session.
Yeah, right? High five, buddy. Woo!
High five, buddy.
Yeah!
So I'm gonna stop recording. Alex, if you enjoyed this session, oh my god, I hope you screamed at your phone or computer a lot.
I'm looking forward to listening to the first bit with the cat spider, to seeing that if I was there, we'd been able to actually capture it or kill it.